Hello internet. It is Monday, so it's not the usual for me to stream. I feel like Mondays are a good rest day for me, I say, because I also do normally make Limbus videos. But yeah, I overall want to work, basically really get into the main story. Main goal is the finishing main story before chapter 17 releases, which would be neat. I think we can do that. Now, unrealistically, there's also video games releasing in a month that I would like to stream. We're not gonna finish till then, but you know, having a good chunk made beforehand would be neat, so I don't feel as bad if we... I mean, I do think overall, for the time being, probably for the rest of the year, which sounds crazy, there will probably be at least one weekly Arknight stream. Yeah, also, because there is a Limbus update this week, probably today's stream, tomorrow an Arknight stream, and then we will see how much Arknighting we actually get to. At least this week. So, without further ado, let's actually go back to the side story. We did start a little bit. We did see our friends trying to join Dublin. And, you know, they might not be the nicest people, actually. You know, that is in this arc. Yes. Where is... Wait, is this not in this arc? Okay, wait, we do it the easy way. Main story, we go here, then I have... Yay, that is what I want. Need to also check where... I guess I will just look at cool PDF. Where what is, because I do know that ending a Quent Overture is probably something I really want to do before I get to the third arc of the story for sure, since it's probably gonna wrap everything up in Victoria. I forgot that I hate how loud this is. They did not do audio mixing for this background. But yes, let's jump in. I still also very much think it would be neat to get something of a kinda handicapped team. Maybe I will soon have the horny woman. Well, for sure not for tomorrow, but maybe over time. Fisher, urgent correspondence from the Viscount. Ooh, who's this? Fisher? That I do like that design, and that does look playable character. We have the original puffy thing. Not sure what they actually are for, but I do know that a lot of operators wear those things. And that is a stylish suit for sure. Oi, pondering some questions for the ages again. Apologies. And your mind has gone walkies, taking in your jigsaw puzzle that Harmony Freeline has been continuing to act without pause, right here in County Trent. I assure you, mind has not wandered, and surveillance of her has not slackened an inch. The way you act tells me that investigation's not made much headway. Surveillance during this stretch proves she's still loyal to her duty to Victoria. I'll be happy and then if we catch it later. I've seen you happy, period. Comes with the intellect. Tips Fedora. After failure of the last op, I thought I wouldn't see you in this office again. Don't put it that way. The op itself wasn't a failure. And your assaults from the hospital? Acute infection. Active origin starts abandoned in wounds. No, my man. Of course, my condition's under control now, I assure. Occasional headaches will not impact my activities. That alone already sounds awful. Yeah, oropathy... Actually... Is oropathy just the same symptoms as cancer? Do you have headaches with cancer? This is where we learned something today. Of cancer. Headaches can be a side effect of different cancer treatments. This type of cancer, oh, also including the type of cancer. I should not trust the AI summary, but I'll take it, because I don't want to waste too much time. What's that? I haven't reported the diagnosis to the superiors yet. I consider myself as still able to assume the investigation into Harmony. Not to mention, nobody would want to take over the scraps of info in this region. There's the true goal behind these smoke bombs, and I have a duty to find it out. And I assure, I will maintain a distance from all others during this period. With my experience handling emergency situations, you didn't even need to add that last part. Ignore that. I did not foray something that should not be on my desk. We of the Special Forces will continue supporting your investigation, as long as the City Hall still lets you in. Not going to say thanks? Never mind that. I'm just cracking a joke. Trying to untense your muscles for once. Find some time to read the Viscount's letter, maybe. Remember? Fuck, I cannot read. Invitation card. Let's see. Listen, to you, where are you going to take us? We can't keep wandering in these wastes anymore. There's no settlements along the way you're pointing us. That's why you're gonna get to Dublin for sure, for sure. You can forget picking berries in a place as lifeless as this, let alone hunting wild beasts. And besides, you don't know if the Vane's going to pelt us with stones one day. No catastrophe messenger ever heads through there. I know exactly how many days it takes across the marsh. Food-wise, we plan the Victorian caravan shop's done. Ah, and that doctor's got enough medicine for us. She's not a doctor. She's headed to a town herself. It agreed she'd part ways after escorting us to one even. What do you take her for? A personal first aid kit? Everyone's got to throw everything they've got in with you, lives included. All because you want to be a little bit selfish? Yeah? Am I wrong? Shut up, Freon. If you've got a problem, why don't you go off yourself? You think you can handle that? Man, the side story is just full beyond bullying. I hope my man will have a glow-up moment. Cowards don't survive. Salmon. Huh. Meat. You know how much I hate your nickname? It's like rocks and mud all over the ground. I don't even know if I'm talking to you or the quest we walk by. Man, there's nothing ruder than insulting the names somebody picked for themselves. I heard you two arguing. Yes, I have to tell you something. We can go to Tula village. There we've just said that the army suspects 2 factories there of secretly producing supplies for Dublin. Drove out a bunch of people. A whole clash sparked off. Oof. But who did win the coin toss? We'll keep heading that direction for now. Catching the carrier. We'll probably get seized the moment we approach the village. It's a miracle we got someone so capable to help us. Just barely made it out here. Say that like you'll flag down a carrier and the good days will come. Escape from a factory into a mine somewhere else, until one lucky day a truck takes you somewhere other than Tower. You think that'll be a cakewalk? Made Angela casting the tasty foods, but okay. That is a good one. We can make some good movies. Hi, Monkus. Why did it say tasty food spell? Hey, I mean, we need to cater to the internet here. You know of a lot who fled that way. You saw them leave, that's all, because their village went up in smoke, because they couldn't put crops in the wasteland around. That's why they left. And you don't even know where they finished up, or if they did it alive for that. Excuse me, it's not... Excuse me. You cannot spell Deutschland like that. But what the hell is this? We are not the Dutch. Don't put me into comp with the Dutch, okay? We at least know how to speak a good language, a good cultured language. We had a Goethe. We had Goethe for God's sake, okay? I do exactly know how you pronounce a good D, okay? And do you even know where Tava is? Or how far you go before you've escaped? You've never shown that on a map. Stop trying to scare me with all these big questions. Does it make you right just because I can answer? Yeah, but that is how everybody knows she's the superior leader, and everybody needs to follow her. Forget it. I go talk with an old acquaintance here about borrowing some diversions. It's like all that blabbing you do is going to conjure up enough food to feed the dozens of us tomorrow. He's very hurt. No shite. He doesn't like telling lies. But he's got to come up with some porkies if he wants to borrow stuff. I'll be back. I can repay you things like that. I'm going to help him. You talk too much like those Victorian officers from other parts. Wouldn't trust ya. Are you just that good at lying? Oh, come on, wouldn't you just trust a horny woman coming to your home asking for food? I know I would. And I don't like your selfishness either. It's the greatest lie of them all. You're sure your friend said he saw Dublin around here? Why else wouldn't we be passing through here? Word spread among all the caravans. Everyone's opting to go the long way around just to avoid this belt. Wouldn't even have come here. If you hadn't voiced so solemnly, we'd fine. We're almost to your destination, and we haven't seen a thing yet. It did happen some days ago. There's a chance they're further off by now. What I heard was Dublin was scrambling on their way. So much? Never even turned to look properly at my friends. Excuse me? Why do I still... At my friend's caravan. Oh, how many heads did he count? Which direction were they off in? That way, off into the uninhabited wastes. As for how many, he said he couldn't count probably, and didn't dare to either. I've got no reason to lie to you, madams. You've got nothing to fear at all save those armed Dublin bastards and your average tavern hoodlums. Man, I guess she did not hear about the Sarkas takeover yet. Poor places are always crawling with bandits or what have you. We have security measures in place, I can guarantee you that. By the time you found out County Oak Grove was migrating far, and does caravans have to order course to here? I already spent a hefty sum arming and armoring my people. Hold on, man. Chen, look over there! There's someone dressed a lot like Dublin there. It's time for chaos. Hey, I tell ya, that new tax ordinance they just announced, it's murder. None of us were so hard up in times before. Fionn, Fawn, Madame, I'd love to be able to help you. While living on pennies these days too, and you can laugh if you want. Oh, on the one hand, you want to feed a dozen or so a meal each. That's not nothing. On the other hand, you've got all these people with working limbs and working energy. Best off coming up with your own solution. You know, they've been sounding lights out for years and the Scafana feels exactly the hold of the starving. To stop us stealing some noble's prey, right? I guess it talks about rules when you're starving for real. You're just counting purely on others to help your need. I say you're born eating your head off. No, never. They're all law-abiders. Come on. That's why I'm even asking for a bite to eat on their behalf. Maybe I can do something if you got collateral. Sorry, Fionn, but verbal guarantees don't do no use now. Hey, book. That's not gonna do it, madame. Not sure I'd even trust this to pop up my bed. Hello, is anyone in? What's that? Don't answer. That's a woman's here begging again. Does mean you open the door for her? She'll be leaning on the flame, talking your head off for an hour straight. Leaning on the flame? She's infected. I'm scared he's gonna have my house off him, throwing stones. Okay, that's just racist, man. Half and all, those bloody beggars. I thought last winter might well starve them to death. Shame they caught ill, but we asked them to loiter all over pestering people. One sec, though. That voice. No, that can't be. But I wouldn't mistake it. Ian, do you recognize her? I don't know. Better not peek from the window. Those are sounds of fighting. Somebody driving those infected away. Ah, it's from the highway outside the village. Ah, God. See what I said? That's what starving people do. They start bashing other people in with force. Yeah, so you should have some empathy and maybe try to share your food. Stop waiting. We doss around anymore and the Kevin's gonna pass us. I'm willing to bet Fion's not getting us food this time. Laughingstock he makes of himself asking and asking, doesn't even realize it. Those Victorians sneered us day in, day out. What's a single bit of robbery to us or them? And we gotta join Dublin and fight Victorians anyway? I guess? I guess you kinda already resigned yourselves to be criminals. You're not wrong. But we might get angry with us doing something like this. Let her. Shouldn't we loot while we still have the energy to fight people? We want to wait until our heads are spinning before we do it? And this is the first Kevin we've seen in all these days. Who knows when the next challenge will come? Ben, maybe if we convince V to spring them with us? At least our chances of winning are a little better. Enough, stop bringing her up. What we are doing has nothing to do with her. Are you going to count on her? A foreigner saving us forever? Move, we are doing this. And that's how you get yourself killed. Yippee! I can't wait to have to fight Chan. That would be funny.
함정에 빠지게 될 벌레는 누구일까나? 듣고 있어.
You could have not come one step closer just for me. Thank you.
절망의 냄새까지 감출 순 없지.
Imagine being a spooky ghost. Venus is so good for this. I mean, I guess hopefully I also should have Silver S soon, which I think Casolda also. I mean, I know normal one does remove invisibility. I think Casolda does too. Visibility, stealth. Soon, at some point I should actually learn the actual names of things, but eh. We can just put you here. Yes, ideally I would tank like there, but I don't wanna... I guess you might crisscross anyways.
너무 기다리게 하지. 누군가 알아채기 전에 네 시체를 어둠 속에 묻어줄게.
Swamp Plume Pins. We have Swamp Crabs. Immune to the effects of my, I guess, increased movement speed while my... Okay. That's rude. I think we can just commit to something like that and be more than fine. And then we get everything under this. And Bob's Janke. Now I think we can fast forward again. I feel like the sad part about side stories is that the difficulty really just lies in the X stages mostly. And at least for the side stories I'm going through right now for the story, I will probably do just all the X stages in my off time at some point. I mean, I plan to do at least the ones for the Silverish event to do on stream. When we get them. I don't know exactly how I'm doing. I guess I'm probably gonna skip to the Silver story tomorrow. Just play to the normal stages, which should be pretty quick, and then... I mean, I don't think we're gonna finish the side story today, so we can maybe finish this tomorrow. Would be good if we finish it this week, I feel like, and next week. Other than more Silverish event X stages, we could maybe start chapter 12, and I would be happy. But yeah, I still do wonder what is actually a good team to have a handicap for stuff like that. While not being overpowered, and maybe not making it a total pain. I don't think I wanna have like full 4-star team only or something like that. That's... I might have too much skill issue with. You goddamn Terrence! Bells, bloody bells! I do... You know, Hell's Bloody Bells does have a nice swing to it. Cut him! Cut him down! Teach him a little lesson. Let him know never to lay hands on other people's stuff again. Right, yeah. Let's teach the Terrence lesson. You hear that, you bloody rebel? My arm. You only need one. You want to put us Terrence to death? Oh, you cannot play the victim card after actually trying to rob someone. Get them. We bash these bloody business doers in. We'll see who it is who dies. Go. Want it back. What are you using the sea for? I paid you in cash. Shape up and act proper. The scabbard's enough. If you try anything else, I hold you off too. Besides, Bagpipe and I are just running with you. You're not your hired guards. Don't get it twisted. You monsters. You and that loon with the spear. Looks like what we heard before was true. The average caverns don't dare cross through here. So you're the leader. Those are an eyesore. Yeah, I do like the Dublin Queen. Honestly, the Dublin uniforms, I guess the form overall is not the greatest, but I do like the color scheme a lot. Quick, Miss Chen, we're moving. Hey, Musty. How are you doing? How did the Arc Knight thing go? Did you finish your side story? It is indeed a trend you're seeing. Scared all of a sudden? What are you going to teach the Terrence a lesson? I did, and I'm starving. Sounds like you might wanna eat something. I'm not an expert, but I've heard food might be pretty decent in a situation like this. You're welcome. Dublin? Spectre Force, you goddamn maniacs. They were right. You run into those specters anywhere where Terrence are. That's right. You don't even need to piss us off. Just catch sight of us, and you'll be slaughtered to a man. Man, yeah, the worst thing, just being reduced to a man. Really? After pursuing the Spectre Force with my friends for this long, I've got an idea of how they should seem. You're just imposters. Muckus. Go make instant noodles. Enjoy. Good luck. Don't perish. It would be sad if you would die today. At least consider surviving till like next week. Thank you. Ma'am, take your caravan out of here as fast as possible. Bagpipe and I will hold these bandits off. We'll pursue the Dublin forces afterwards on our own. We won't be troubling you again. Fine, fine. Damn it all. Still feel like chasing? Man is dying. Hey, Simon, think of something. You need to catch the bastards and do them in. Man, they don't know when to give up. Forget the bloody supplies. If they scupper, they will report it to the police, and the army does us. You think I'm to figure that out? You're fully aware the force you're packing can't overcome my sword. That's why just now you try to bluff to scare us off. So what do we now? You've got some plan, right? No wonder you keep wearing this outfit. With all the whisk it thinks you. You want to be this group's leader. Man got poked. That it saw tavern kebab. I only gave you a light knock. Your head will be spinning for a bit, that's all. I've tested plenty by saving hostages. I wouldn't mess it up. Oh, you're out. Did I use too much strength? Nah, he just had a very weak skull, okay? It's his fault. I feel not eaten for this. Really? I'm sorry, but well, it's not right to loot either. You're not springing me. Instant the pie comes out behind her. Bagpipe instantly blocks. Both sides fall a step back. After seeing who it is, Bagpipe's eyes widen. Wheat? Are your wounds okay? Are you alright? What are you doing out here in... Wait, you're part of this robbery too? Can't just let you go then. No, I wasn't in time to stop them. But regardless, I don't want them to be hurt. I don't want them to be captured either. Let me hear on about the same mission. No need to eye me that carefully now. But a Victorian serviceman over its island operator. He can be harming civilians. Me and Shanshan were here to mediate it and all. I say that, but I'm sorry. I think my strength was a little too much for the average folk. How about I help you carry the unconscious someplace shady to rest? Where they headed for this village? Please, I beg you, leave. Would it really help? The conflict is diffused. Is it? I don't feel like it's a good resolution. I guess the caravan went off, but... Say it all you like. I'm still going to help. Got something on your mind from the looks of it, nah? Alright. Still not keen on speaking then. Now let me visit you at Woods Island. And didn't tell me why either. As I could guess was, you didn't want to be reminded of County Hillock. So what are you doing out in these parts? Also, you look like you've been lost in the bands for days now. What's your mission even? Want me and Shanshan to come with you? Oh, there's not so much I want to ask you. My plans are going haywire. Oh, that's alright. I just happen to be invited by these people to escort them. Yeah, I was invited a lot to get robbed by them or anything like that. In the past, I operated alone in the country for very long stretches. The dangers of the wild don't mean much to me. And also, I'm not here on a mission for Woods Island. I'm pursuing some things related to Dublin. No wonder. Me and Shanshan are doing the same. Must be why we ran into each other. We were so wounded back in County Hillock. Dublin must weigh like nothing else on you too. There was a person in Dublin who changed my fate. So I want to see if I can still recover something from there. Whether it relives the pain they bring or brings peace to myself. That's amazing! We're coming this way with the caravan looking for a Dublin unit. Who's shown up here in recent? Don't know why, but I saw you. That gave me the shock of my life. Thank goodness you lot in Dublin aren't tied up. It chuckles. See, I go have a talk of tension. We'll postpone the mission a few days. But she's just as willing to help these people out. Fair, but what is a good resolution to even help those people? They are so desperate that they're going like, you know what, it's fine to be a criminal. How many people did I just now have shadowing me as I entered this parlor? Take a guess. I have no interest in the act he put on in the midst of the Victorians and taverns. I don't think I've ever seen that. Okay, they're actually tall cat man. He is handsome though. I give you that video game. I really should thank you for the pains you took, rushing here to County Twent, drawing all the attention. Would you spend a lot longer harboring yourself in the army? With the leader's plans progress to the stage, there's no real difference between my identity as part of Duke of Wellington's guard and as an officer of Dublin. Seeing as you have Carcer's people surveilling you, they must have long gained possession of that information. We have little nibbles of Dublin forces cropping up outside the city, and a rumor of a major Dublin force passing through. I'll put on a show for them. Sprinkle in a few mysterious trade orders. Now even the gossiping merchants know the Iron Duke has some desire in order for the city. Everyone is quietly making the rounds, frantically guessing what the Duke is borrowing Twent as a stage for. Very much as the leader expected. Yes, after it realized our true aim too soon, and every Duke learned of the leader's resolution in advance, a few close outskirts would be in the same merry state Londinium is. See, are they more scared of the Sarkas or of the taverns? Trying to pit taverns against Sarkas? You have no right to make such jokes, Feline of Victoria. I hear the spy is dead. Man, you could also just say his name then. Yes, we've had access to far less intel from inside Londinium ever since. It really is a shame. Not just sarcasm in there, you have some fairly interesting powers in hibernation. That's surely no foreshadowing. Impulsiveness will ruin your plans. I've said as much before. Impulsiveness? A scant few people would ever think that of me. You should perish thoughts of offering Mandragora's survival. But no, she was at least a nice antagonist that cared about her henchman. She was used by the elocutionist to try and fracture Dublin. She was meant to die in County Hillock along with those 6 traitors. Mandragora was the one the spy most trusted. Executing her before confirming if the spy had turned his coat, well, that wouldn't have been the wise move. Excuses. Even if it wasn't worth myself, or you in person, the task of supporting the spy would have gone to someone more dependable. Oh, come to speak of us, never sat well with me. Don't you find it such a good news that I've never had a chance to kill you? Meaningless, glib bluffer. You can't be acting rashly before the Duke and the leader make their final decision. If you discern the importance of Londinium intel, then of course I can. But whether we ultimately march on Londinium or not, that's still an unknown variable. Inching up in our progress collaborating with the Duke. Of course. Why else would I be so busy on my feet right now? I still remember the Enclave campaign 4 years ago. How bitterly we awaited the result of our partnership with the nobles. Meanwhile, all our errant representatives were circling thousands of kilometers out, patiently pulling through several weeks just to tell the Duke one single thing. Harmony, you best stand on the leader's side. Or else? Mandragora's dead. I can stop investigating your whim to assist her. But she's still alive. Oh, you mean the dear, pitiful Lashini? Can we just call her Reed? You cannot have a repeat of the elocutionist conspiracy in County Hillock. Is that even beat? Each day she lives is a threat to Dublin and the leader. Leader has assigned control of her whereabouts to you. Only personal considerations affect you any further harmony. You have little leeway left to fail. Oh, you do fantasize far too much about the emotional life of a professional spy. Fine, fine. You can stop boring into me with your eyes, Brigadier. Unless you want to help by applying my makeup, I do have a dinner party to attend. Yippee. Those always go well. Not bad, Theon. Just like back then. I always think you're a bit useless, but then every time we get something done. Yeah, because he has a moral compass and is a good man. What use is borrowing this bit of Russian's going to do? Those two are Victorians, right? You see, they'll go to the city to replace anything we don't need, and so you lot out some batons for self-defense. Shouldn't you be happy about getting a decent weapon? Fine, you listen to your little radio. Check if they're podcasting about merchants being looted. Maybe those cowards are scared Dublin will get back at them. Not even reported at all. Hey, Theon? What are you peering at back there? Pet, in fact, that handful. They've been following us at a far distance since we left the village. Still, surprised you've kept up with us going so fast. And then with their sick legs and children to carry. Right. Must be murder them coming with us. I'm worried for Moran. Her eyes went bad in that famine a few years back. I can't see the way in the dark. Now with the lights out happening, there's not even a single lamp left on. Oh no, that's sorry to hear. So, can I ask you what they're doing following us? Do you look like a kind of rescue team? I mean, you know, if you would actually care about the people. I don't know. Probably it's the clothes you're wearing. Look, aside from me, everyone regards you like you're a real member of Dublin. And everyone knows Dublin's good to the talents. It's simple as that. I'll go and see them. Oh, you made me jump. Your response is a little quivery, sir. You alright? Wouldn't be bad. Have more people standing on guard duty. Be easier to avoid a patrol. I'll bring them with me. Yay. No infected left behind. She dares not look up in her own shadow. Well, I guess she would always have a shadow actually around with goddamn flame tail. History records that out of a sense, the war between the Tveker and Aslan had become far too protracted and bitter. The final King Gale signed a peace treaty. I should say, he opted to melt down his soldiers' weapons as a sign of his determination, but his subjects could hardly accept such a defeat. Thus they conspired to revolt, assassinated the monarch. Rip. But as you've referenced in many a speech, single assassination is not enough to extinguish the Red Dragon's whole bloodline. No matter how the Victorians write history books, they cannot change what facts we've seen with our own eyes. Aslan promised to share Victoria's kingship with the Tveker. It didn't hand over the crown for nearly a century. With the lines and bushes so conspicuous to this point, I wonder. 6 blade marks stabbed King Gale through. How many of them were by Aslan hands? Not to mention the Tveker king fleeing the royal capital after, fate unknown, and the kingdom of Tara without its ruler was subjugated under Victorian sovereign authority. As if a matter of course. It's gonna be wordy again. I was happy that we did not have aristocrats for once. Presume it wasn't his own subjects who prevented the Tveker's return to the city. This is why I very much enjoy your works based on the tyrant's own ballads. Flood the people to see more of history's truth. Thank you for your appreciation. Write a story, in some place performed in a country, and paid a visit to some wandering minstrels who inherited the tavern tradition. But what struck me most was the endangerment of tavern culture. It was how so many lives were just slipping away. Perhaps you believe the tavern's ideal nation, and the border with Victoria, are necessary for the tavern people to be saved. But I think, if yourselves can live better, you can plant seeds of ideas for the many taverns who can't read. Won't you have won then and there against the Victorians who want us trapped in ignorance and poverty all our lives? Exactly, we just need to give them an education. And maybe, you know, with equal voids, we can just get rid of racism. Or we can fight each other. You want to bring that lot with you? Or do you even think about it? If you'll wait until they rest, if you'll share your own food with them, that I can accept. And if you avoided a patrol out of pure luck the last 2 days? What if we don't in the next time? Those kids must be 7 or 8. Can fight back with weapons. Can't run fast enough. What do you do about that? I can fight. And protect them. I want to cross through the uninhabited region to completely escape defense jurisdiction. I can aid you the whole way. I contacted the organization I belong to, with the help of Bagpipe and Shen, my colleagues. I've confirmed the closest safe house is just along this way. If all we need is some tents and a small amount of emergency supplies for the countryside, we can transport it over without a problem. And I know the territory over there belongs to a well-herded duke. Once you're there, the army won't be after you anymore, at the very least. What? Nice nobility? In this country? Really? There's an honest-to-God noble who would smile on people like us? He has reason to shelter the taverns. And how do you know? For long, perhaps we'll all know. We have ways to survive. Bring those people along. But don't forget, they're infected. God damn it. So, see, we are experiencing racism against our group of people. But look at this minority group that is not well treated. Now we hate those guys. I guess this is just human nature. We've constantly been scarpering with our lives. What are we doing inviting death to our sides? And we don't know when the sick will have their flare-ups, when they'll just kick the bucket outright. I guess the spookiest thing is still of the infection that here, since it spreads like so much when it just die, there's always this random risk, right? What's the point in you saving these sorts of people? Excuse me, they're still humans? I don't know. I only know that when someone saved me, I wanted to ask her the same. Why? Even though I was so close to death. Man, is the side story gonna be like sad beat backstory? If yes, hell yeah. I think she's probably up there in my most liked NPCs of the second story arc so far. What are you getting at? I'm an infected too. What? Oh. Alright. Doesn't mean much to be infected. Wouldn't have lived much longer than infected ourselves without your help anyway. Still. Our pathway won't spread just because we're in the same place. It's okay. You can keep a bit of distance if you're scared. I don't mind. But take those infected with you on your escape. Trust me. Fine, I trust you, Salmon. You've heard what she said. I'm not fleeing. We're gonna take the ones that can fight and take 'em. Suit your own self. But my aim isn't gonna change one bit. I'm returning to Dublin. These 2 units have gone unaccounted for a week by now. We may surmise these circumstances relate to Dublin, being similar to past Spectre Force incidents. Similar? No. The situation we're looking at now is completely unlike. Man, maybe you are just kinda pressuring poor people to do unreasonable things with your unreasonableness. These rebels previously would muster a single armed force to surface somewhere, launch an attack, and that was it. Now violence which we suspect to be Dublin inside it is blanketing every corner of southern Victoria. Is the Marquess of Trent sticking fast to his orders? Obviously, no matter the volume of suspicious circumstances reported outside nomadic cities, we must have clarity on them. Get this entire region's state of affairs under control. But of all the small-scale conflicts, only the arson at Redfish seems truly suspect. There was no follow-up on the fire there either. Maybe we should set these particular dossiers aside for now. Or should we leave them? Wonder, is Fisher actually playable character? I don't think I've seen him before, but maybe he's just an NPC chair, which would also be kind of strange though, since I think Victoria's story arc should be fully wrapped up. Okay. I do still, maybe it's the right hair. Please lend such a dossiers to me, officers. But he does have a nice design. You're just the fan with the greetings. I'll just ask us before. No need to make a record of access to these dossiers. This arson may be worth a deep investigation. Have a sip of water, old Brenton. Collect some berries too. This place can't be too far from a settlement. What? With a grove this thick? You want some berries too, Holly? Alright, you eat those. And you walk on your own 2 legs this afternoon. Won't need anyone else carrying you, okay? I'm back with nudes, wish me luck. I mean... Congratulations. Do you still need luck? I do enjoy this side story a lot right now. It might be biased because I do like Mead very much as NPC from what I've seen so far from the story from her. Honestly, I did really like Walk in the Dust too. It's just, Walk in the Dust really has the problem that I feel like that was too wordy already, which is gonna be fun when I get to the really long side stories. But I do overall like how they wrapped up like all these 3 stories into one. In the end, it was great. I feel like the start was very rough, but it's, I guess that is storytelling 101. Like, you know, the setup is always rough, but it's probably the hardest to actually hook people in. Who knew that everybody really likes the ending of stories where, you know, you everything culminates together and you can have your big things. Kind of really made me want to know more about what monsters and overall what's like outside of the inhabited places of Terra. It was really long, but at no point felt too early. That's nice. I mean, I feel Walk in the Dust might also have just the problem that it had basically... I guess it was at least one of the 3 storylines basically was with aristocrats and everything, and I feel like every time aristocrats come up, they are written very wordy, which I guess makes sense. We need to articulate us to be noble and to be better than the common plebeians of our country. But in a sense, I feel like there also could have been a lot that could have cut out without really hurting the story much. But yeah, this one I really like. I would say so far the pacing overall is also better. I mean, it helps that this is just one storyline, so you don't need to set up 3 separate storylines. How about you, Moen? Wait. You don't need stuff this sweet, do you? Thank you. Hey, how long are we stopping here for? My bagpipe and China fetching things for us. We all nagger this is, anyhow. Got a chance to catch our breaths. Don't worry, I guarantee you'll find the closest village before lights out. We're far enough from all the trouble we made anyhow. If we hang around here and hold up a few days, we oughtn't get caught. Actually, what I wonder, since I don't know how much you gotta actually wrap up the Dublin story arc in this, but I wonder how much more Dublin will be in the main storyline, since I would say the main storyline mostly has been at this point with like chapter 11 and 10 really focused a lot more on the sagas at this point, and we kinda dropped Dublin. So I'm not sure if they just now side story stuff mostly. Maybe it will all tie in back together again later on. Do a queen shot walked in dust, but kind of points were kind of zoned out. Yeah, it's a pity because overall it was nice. I mean, okay, I feel like that's also a common trend that I might be biased because I do like also Kite Seed. To be fair, there's a lot of characters I like in this game. They are created actually by the likable characters. I kinda can't write. It's fine, I can't read, so we both have our debuffs. I like Fion. I feel bad for Fion. This is like the bully Fion side story. Fine. Take me some berries too. First time seeing you happy in days. Aw. But yeah, he is basically some vibe pilling to the rest of the taverns at least. Like, while everybody is just throwing out their morals and everything, which it is hard to judge. I mean, if I'm starving, you know, at some point, hot take, before I die of starvation, I would probably also at some point try to steal. You can get me arrested with this clip. But also, I would not just straight up attack a caravan. But yeah, he is like one of the only really good people of this group with actual morals, which is nice. I'd eat the human. Man, you and I should make a deal. Maybe you can ask each other for like an arm or something. I mean, I'd also steal. Yeah, I see. I misspelled. Very similar words, right? Very similar words. Okay, see, I don't. See, even in very dire situation where stuff. I mean, this is hypothetical. I think it's very hard to actually know what I actually would be doing in a situation like this. I don't think I would be able to kill somebody even then, or eat a human. You probably would see me eat a bike first, or do like the I know the Chinese have like the street food where they just season woks. I can probably season some woks. We can make some nice don soup. Really? I've just been glad to be so reliable. And her two friends too. Kind souls. Plus they can fight. You sure? Just how your days of suffering are almost at an end? Going to keep pushing into the wastes, find Dublin and join them. You do, I bet you prefer to stay behind in village life. Oh no, man doesn't want to fight. Vox goes hard. Exactly. I can't say that for sure. I just can't get over your lot doing things this way. We were all happy just with escaping at first. The further the better. That was before we ran into Simon. We haven't got to persuade you all to join Dublin when stuff got tougher on us. I mean, that is how radicalization works. You're welcome. And man, looks at current events. I'll tell you, the worse this economy gets, the more radicalized people will get. Yippee! None of you've even seen a real Dublin army. Have you? You're still thinking about Veet. She contacted Woods Island in full view of us after borrowing our comms equipment. Getting supplies has been smooth too. All signs indicate she's not out to trick us. I love current events. You know what? It's also my stance. I love current events. I'm not suspecting her as much. Just a little concerned. Did she really make a recovery? You do still think about Veet. Okay, so you gotta get her, right? You think? Does she have? I think I saw. Does Veet have an alt already, or does she only have one Veet? I'm actually not sure. I do know that Veet is a playable operator. I did see that. I also did see that Veet was not high on the tier list. I don't know what she actually does. 90% of the time I still a sheeple and just look at tier lists because, man, there's a lot of operators and learning them is hard. But hey, I did look what Silvash Alter and I forgot her name. Paramanx Alter does? I can't wait to feast people tomorrow. Just a 5-star as well, I think. Yeah. Which is sad because, you know, I just assume maybe we would get orders of them in the future without, but I feel like just from what I see a little bit from trailers for the newer chapters, I don't feel there's much reason to revisit Victoria or Dublin and stuff like that, so I'm not suspecting her as much. Just a little concerned. Did she really make recovery? Granted, she's a woofer, but I'm still a little surprised at all the life in her. She gave me hands a wide shock swinging at me before we recognized each other. I suppose that's a good thing though. Just, I can shake the feeling, just weight on her mind. Whatever it is, she wants to do it. It seems to hurt her so much. Plus, that's smart. The way she fights us seems somehow familiar. Did I meet her? Even before Outcast brought her in, back at County Hillock. Starts sweating. Oh, hey, there you are, Veet. Perfect. Me and Chen have been talking. Quas alter soon, I trust. You know, sure, I trust you. We're talking about which way we're heading. This route happens to take us to a nearby settlement. No, we can't keep going in this direction. I tell the others to stop. Are you seeing? Attention, on your 9! Is it actually Dublin's? Oh no, the cavalry's saber concealed in the bushes snaps in two. One holding it doesn't shift an inch. One is sure her slash didn't harm anyone, but out from under the bush is still a hint of spilled blood. Blood deep and dark, old and dry. Is this that patrol? No, they're from the barracks. There's more over there. More zombies! Yippee! Faces of bolts, sabers and arts. This battle probably happened a week ago. This barracks unit was ambushed and slaughtered to a man. Who was the enemy then? How come they didn't leave a single corpse behind? They've left. They've all left? What if a battle is fierce? Both sides should have taken equal damages, right? Bagpipe. Remember the group of soldiers we discovered before encountering Veet? He had uncanny art splendid in them, eyes full of fire. Veet, you were County Hillock too. Didn't you see soldiers like that? Yes, I know of them. They're parted souls. Who of the misfortune of being deceased, yet unable to rest. It's The Walking Dead. How before it got bad or something. I never watched any Walking Dead. You're not saying once you kill these soldiers are dead themselves, and they're still marching even after? The twists of firefights we were chasing before, it resembles those too. It's the only possibility. Tension. Don't know what your thoughts are, but I can't quite accept it, if that's what this is. What kind of person would keep on controlling them, even after they're dead? That sounds far too cool. Excuse me, this is efficiency. In a world with resources being there and everything, why not recycle some good bodies? No, is it just me? We do love necromancy in this household, okay? Salmon? Like hell they're dead. All holding up the wrong tree. But we saw with our own eyes. We saw something somewhere else. I only believe what I see myself. I've been defeated Victorian unit. They won, moved on to the next place. Now they're prepping to save more taverns. Man, I wonder if the side story will basically conclude with Salmon's worldview getting like shattered when they actually sees the methods of Dublin and Dublin being like not great people. You know, I'm gonna... Are you worried about something? Don't act like my dad. Fia and Slot want to go with you, suit their own selves. But I know you're not in with us. It's those two you're with. We just want to settle us someplace. I'm sure we're going to die today. Will make us live the same old life Victoria had for us. Not knowing if we'll see tomorrow. Oh no, you're offering us a stable, peaceful life. How horrible of you. And after that, you'll abandon us. Are you not right, leader? No, don't call me that. Might. No. Single word I've heard most from you so far. I'm heading off now. Going the way you didn't want us to go. It's only war and death, isn't it? Like the towns haven't seen plenty of both. I don't want to hear an outsider tell me no ever again. I know she's fuming, but truth is, it's not you who's pissing her off. I know. So are you alright? I want to go with her. There might still be unexploded mines and lingering arts left on the battlefield. It would be dangerous to keep going that way. Can you call the rest over for me? Don't you want these taverns to steer clear of the battlefield? But Simon says it's their choice, and I promised I escort them until I'm no longer needed. Right, that will be a good while with how they're behaving. This is... Man, I do enjoy the story, but sometimes when I see this is the first stage, something inside of me just laughs. Okay, I feel like this... let's hope that they keep coming from the side. Like this is also a beautiful position for you. And we should kind of have everything we need, to be honest. Put you here. You will be slowed in the mud. Sorry, what is this actually called? Maya's. My bad. What is there actually any operator that does not go slow down from this? After attacks and attacks deals splash damage. That's slightly annoying. I guess I do want something like this. Can put a healer somewhere there, I guess. Oop. Actually, we can probably also put someone like Sully on this weed path. We have the advantage there. Mine doesn't need healing anyways. I'd say it's a part of me because most of the time at this point in my life I only use like one healer. But I do appreciate guards so much to just have some self-heal on them. That is pretty neat. Anyways, we started blasting. Boop, boop, boop. Honestly, our side story is cool gimmick though. And I mean, I've seen it used in CC and stuff like that. I mean, I do like the beats. Oh, you would have just walked, Mood. Kinda also be just looking forward to... Well, I need to look up again, but we do get the auto chests like... basically at the end of the month. I think we get it in like 2 weeks, right? I guess I should also see if I do another Icebreaker stream, but on one hand, I feel like if I just do a few more dailies of that, I'm fine. I will not have completed everything to 100%, but I guess they're also lenient with what you need to complete for the medals either. It's... honestly, I don't think we get to it anytime soon again. Probably just next month when I do more IS, thinking about what other content I can do other than just streaming the story. I will do another IS one privately sometime this month. I will have time. IS is fun though. It's just, yeah, there's so much to catch up on. But maybe I should not complain. I can look forward to like the 6 months of clearing every IS fully. Never I imagined we get a hot meal indoors safe and sound after so many days on the run. That bagpipe girl must be the darling of everyone. All gushing to her about how good her stew was. Honestly, I'm still kinda curious. How much is Silver Ash Alder gonna like basically power creep bagpipe? I've been really considering getting Sutra for certificates and getting bagpipe from the selector. I'm not sure if I gotta commit to this horned woman team, but they would be pretty neat for that. I feel like bagpipe probably will have all its niche cases. I don't know. Having options is neat. I guess it's nice that I slowly reach the point where I feel like some of the years I will pick up might be sideways to what I have, but having more options than just 2 stages is neat. You know, that I can actually strategize instead of everything being a nail because I only have a hammer. Wait, that backpack girl must be the darling of everyone. We're all gushing to her about how good her stew was. We're certainly not bad on that front. How's the discussion on settling down? Has it been smooth? We all decided. Anyone who can't handle rushing is still lay behind. We'll borrow 2 storehouses to tuck away in for the next 2 days. I've heard she's scuffling with Karens, but never actually stealing anything. That's that common. The law won't get hung up on that. In a few days, they won't be mentioning it on the radio anymore. We won't need to hide. We can get to building our own houses. Yippee! But a few of our puffy will be living a bit ways out from the village. Aww. People here are very friendly. Yeah, they are. Anyone sheltered us while we are still running. We'll be in this style of a state now. No, that is anyone's fault. Not that it's anyone's fault. Didn't used to be much hassle taking in a bunch of refugees or the like. Life's getting scarier for everyone now. Look at Salmon, the Colleen. If she and her brother had some place to take them in, she would be running from settlement to settlement, kicking up all this fuss. She could spend the night in the village like us, but she's all stubborn about hiding outside. And she stole a man's stock beast here once, see? Now she's awkward about running into him. Man, imagine trying to apologize and be paying the man instead. You never heard it from me. I'll let her know. She'll be on my case about disrespecting her again. Good evening. Oh, Moen. What are you doing here so dark out? Send you back while the lamps are still lit. Thank you. I'm used to making my way in the dark by now. Just give her a good stick. Is Meat here if you don't mind? You're looking for her? She went out on her own. Maybe Reed's got something on her mind. Someone hasn't spoken so much as a word to her since you got here. Don't worry, Webpipe's gone to find her. Actually, put it this way. Our bigger concern is if Reed gets annoyed by the noise. Oh, sorry. It's alright. Oh, I wasn't watching out. Didn't think there'd be anyone here. It all goes pitch dark every time you sound the bell. Takes a moment for my eyes to adjust. I mean, I know she probably would hide her tail and everything, but there's something funny to think about. That there is basically just, yeah, this always glowing dragon in the dark. Lucky it's you I ran into. I'd have knocked anyone else clean over. Oh, they said they wouldn't need anyone on watch tonight, though. Hey, I just wanted to sit for a while outside. Oh, it's the smell of the hay, isn't it? Wonderful, Dad. Hay? Yeah, that's hay piles over there. Ages since I was around the smell, so I came out to get a proper whiff on them. Back when I was planning to get into military school, I'd have headaches from studying so much theory. Let's just go into a hay pile and lie back for a bit. I feel right as straight again. Mom always told me off for being lazy, said I shouldn't quit thinking about questions just because thinking gets too hard. But having too much stuff going on in your brain does wear a person out, you know? So, give me your hand a sec? Come on, here now, let's lie down together, just for a bit. I'm also good at thinking over stuff. It might not be of much help to you. But the hay will be, I'm sure of it. Okay, that is a cute picture. Actually, wait. Okay, are you actually telling me she has her flames out all the time? Since if you make this exactly for this image, okay, maybe she is just a lantern on the outside. Bagpipe relaxes and lies back on the hay pile, lightly humming a folk song she learned just a while ago from the farmers. But pretty flowers in her. Why is Reed not? Why can she not be more relevant later on? I do like her design. Gentle night breeze passes by. Reed follows the procession and takes a deep breath. But what she smells isn't the aroma of hay. It is instead damp mud and ash. When it hits me how I spent 3 years without going home, it always feels so funny. Think about it. The ground's waiting for you to till it. The weed's waiting for you to reap it. Spend 1 year away, you miss an entire go round of all the important stuff. Every bit of it. I didn't get my letters from home until the next time I'm back on Woods Island. And that must be a bit lonely. Do you miss home very much? Of course I do. You? Are you from County Hillock? No. But I used to live in a city about the same as County Hillock. Washed red bricks, grey pavements. Buildings 2 or 3 floors high. Flowering vines growing around the windows. I yearn after those peaceful times a lot. There's so many old books at home, and some manuscripts too. I like to hide away in the study and lock the door, so I wouldn't have to hear anyone talk to me. Oh, had piles of family making a racket then? Or was it visitors all the time? No, thankfully. Just, I could avoid so much trouble if I hid. I could see into the street on the window in there. I'd see my parents come back after a day of work. Would love to go back there if I could. Oh, so the place isn't... I'm sorry, I'm making it worse for you, aren't I? It's okay. It was all so long ago. I might not be much different. To all the people whose lives were ruined at County Hillock, or to these refugees leaving their home behind. They can all settle down here and rebuild their houses. But where is their homeland? The ones who are forced out even further. Where are they fleeing to? Having trouble answering these questions just on your lonesome, aren't you? I'm not saying it's no use thinking over them. You can't come up with an answer alone. You can think together. Whenever I had a question I couldn't fill in, but I always bothered Shanshan about it. It's fine. We can fix this kind of problems as 3 people. How hard could this be? Later down the line, I'd paddle on at my captains. I mean, they found me annoying as flip, but still, they chat with me every time, help me solve issues. What about you? You got anyone to speak your mind to? Like a sister or a schoolmate or someone in arms, that sort of... Yes, my older sister. But... You don't get along much? Oh, I wouldn't be saying this. I shouldn't. You know, Simon was right about one thing actually. You obviously know out of habit. But she misunderstood a little. It's when you're talking about yourself that you're most fond of saying no. Like... I can't put it into words. It's like you're straining to break away from something. I've been told something like that before. Oh, what? Really? She saved me and told me I didn't have to seek death. I could dodge destiny. Outcast, eh? There's something she would say. I regret. I regret not having it in me to say anything more to her. Yeah, I guess she's still so savvy that she could save your life. I want to ask her so badly. Why save me? What did she see in me? Not sure how she'd answer myself. But you know, Reed, why not ask yourself before asking her? What do you see in yourself? Myself? Wait, I'm supposed to love myself? Oh, no, that's stinky. Oh, someone's over there. With the way they feel about, I think it's Moon. Can't see at night. Gosh, why she's out here by herself then? How did you choose a Dark Knight so yeah, to use as a thumbnail? I was starting playing Arknights. I just looked through all the material and was like, this one looks like graded neutral, so it should probably fit everything. Also, I did my sheet, the noodles. Yippee. Well, you know, isn't it nice that you get to enjoy the noodles 2 times? even in death. It's just like food necromancy or something. I make sense. Don't worry. I'm one of the wisest philosophers of our times. Probably. Yes. I'm okay, I'm going so far. I might be one of the smartest anime girls on the internet. Which is a low bar. See, I did just notice it's probably faking the eyes art. That would make sense. But yeah, at that point I did not know anything about Arknights yet. Maybe at some point I will change it. I mean, I guess once I reach the point where I actually fully caught with Arknights and will just do new stuff or ISs or something like that, I could even go so far and make new thumbnails. But yes, for now, I'm a lazy ass. And I do wonder, maybe it would help to have more unique thumbnails that better fit what I'm doing, but also, man, making thumbnails in one hand is kinda quick, but it's still energy. We should use it when playing Faking the Eyes. I for sure will use it tomorrow, exactly. I use the same thumbnail for every single stream. It's a good thumbnail though. Gosh, why she's out here by herself then? To be fair, what is really crazy is like, have you seen like those people that actually put thumbnails onto their Twitch bots? No, that is high effort. That is too high effort to me. But man, one day when surely I'm big, I will just hire a whole team of people to do all the neat things to me. Actually, I don't know how I feel like if I... Okay, I will never be that big. You can do... Yeah, you can actually put custom thumbnails for mods. That is a feature. Can I work for you? I mean, okay, see, I wanted to go on. I feel like I will actually never get that big. Actually, yeah. I was not sure how I would feel like. I right now, in big sense, I do enjoy the stuff, and I feel like there's so many things you can pick up from being a, I'm gonna say, content creator, where I can just try to learn something new or improve on something. I don't know how it feels like once you actually have people working under you and stuff like that. Must be a very different vibe. And you know what? Maybe I don't need to think too hard about it. First, I will try to... My normal job would also be fine. But being somewhat profitable would be neat. I mean, it's not my only goal as a content creator. Would also be nice. I think now I'm starting to yap instead of playing Arknights, but it's fine. It's overall just having a space and having like just a chill space for people. Cheering people up in a sense like that, you know, diversion. I'm the kind of person that runs away and just does other things instead of facing their problems. But you know, just sometimes having a spot to chill and stuff like that is neat. I feel like I had in the past of my life and rougher stretches for sure, like just comfort streams in a sense, I guess, where I would watch people. And you know what, it did improve my day. So first goal is maybe reaching the point where I can be that to other people. That would be neat. I mean, it would be also neat that if I could spread my very bad opinions and make people believe I have good opinions. And then we will make Limbus Company be a better game. Make it be more like Arknights. First get to 500 views and we can think about that exactly. I will, you know what, I will wait you. I will, okay, you know what, you can cancel me if I get big and don't do it, but you know what, I will support my homies that were with me when we were small. Honestly, okay, I won't comment too much because I'm not gonna keep up with all the goddamn drama of every single VTuber thing and stuff like that, or streamer thing. But I feel like the whole Saikuno thing and everything like that, I feel like still shows that a lot of people are also just out there to, you know, make it big and use other people. And you know what? I don't want to be like that though. It's nice to have some actual friends. We should probably first make 1 million euro of streaming. Man, if I... Yeah, okay, you know, maybe it starts slower, more realistically. I don't know, I'm never gonna be ISO speed or something like that. I don't think I have the market appeal for that, and I don't think I would want to do that. Hi, Nasum K, we passing by, I'm really busy these days, can tune in every stream and don't have breaks often. Oh, it's sad, but don't worry. It's nice to still see you around. I hope work does get better though. It hopefully should, and if not, at least it's nice work. But I mean, I've seen some... Is Icebreaker on? Is Icebreaker on? I mean, that's tomorrow. Yeah. It should be tomorrow. It should be basically in 22 hours. Yes. And yeah, I do also see you sometimes hang out in Mastisa's stream. I'm sometimes just lurking Mastisa's stream, trying not to be spoiled. But yeah, it's nice to see you. I think now I'm off my tangent. Still weak. Oh, is Icebreaker? Oh, right. It's... Okay, it might be the whole week then. But by Icebreaker, I mean the co-op mode. I think Icebreaker is still on for sure. I don't know how long it lasts. I need to check. I need to finish the track. Actually, I think Icebreaker is pretty long, yeah. Might be another week, and then we get the other thing. But Bastisa streaming earlier. I know. Which is neat. It is nice to be able to... I could not stream as early as he does. He does have... He is like this one streamer that actually, I guess, you know, does not stream in the evenings. Which is smart in this way. Made live pretty much every time she streams. You know, I'm also really thankful for that. I sometimes feel bad, but I'm happy whenever I get to actually wait you and you do like a 12-hour stream. Then I'm also concerned about your well-being, but it is what it is. But it's just nice to know that you're doing fine, and so... We'll talk before I go back to actually finally playing Arknights again. As a small streamer, you always have this parasocial relationship that I feel like at some point you get a bit concerned once people like that actually did regularly return, that stop showing up, and you're like, man, I hope they're doing fine. Basically that. But yeah, it's just, don't ever feel pressure that you have to come or anything like that. It's just nice to see people. Hot take, but it's nice to see people. Oh, I did not read why you're in this business. So sorry. Okay, sorry, I read it out loud. Mastisa's out in the business to find a girlfriend and then someone with whom he can cheat on her. He is doing the Saikuno strats. And hi, senpai. Going well. I'm kinda on a whole tangent right now instead of playing video games. How are you doing? Respect you both for really reading the story and understanding it. While me wasted 5 years not reading the story in game, just watching YouTube videos about it. That's fair, it just depends. I feel like some people do consume media in different ways of actually stories. And I'm not sure how I actually would handle it if I would not stream it. I mean, I still would probably read it, but honestly, the advantage of being a streamer in a sense is you still do interact with the video games a lot differently. I feel like I'm a bit sidetracked with looking at chat and stuff like that, but this is my main focus. If I would playing Arknights fully offline, going through the story, I know myself well enough that I normally would also have like on a second screen either video running or something like that. So I wouldn't also pay 100% attention to it, which is a different vibe. I overall put more attention to the game, so I pick up on some things, wouldn't pick up, I guess. It makes you think more about the story at the moment, at least, I would say. Since, yeah, I mean, I guess my job, at least I assume, to be somewhat entertaining is also to reflect on the story of the game and everything. I feel like I'm sometimes also horrible. But yeah. I feel like there's nothing wrong with also just consuming YouTube videos and stuff like that. Which is rough. I do understand that Arknights is kind of really held back by the fact that it does not have voice acting. I'm glad that they make the best out of it and why the stories divide this way then, since they are also not restrained with having to have voice acting. I feel like partly because of that, Anfield has such a different story vibe, because now they need 3D assets for everything, they need to voice act everything. Still alive, so all is well in the kingdom. That is great to hear. Have you been playing more Guild Wars? I must say, Factions is a bit rough. At least the part where me and my friends got at this point. But hey, reputation grinds could maybe in theory be fun. Think so that myself is not used to the reading flow. Yeah, I can see that. And yeah, it sounds like Mestiza's working on a great video about... what is this? Is this just called Children of Ursus? Yes, I remembered! I remembered, even the side so I did not read yet. So that could be a cool video in the future. But honestly, I do also want to make videos about Arknights at some point, but I feel like I still want to be caught up more. And I guess I'm more of a person that does hang on the mechanical side. Maybe some story stuff could also be neat. Maybe do something about the operator profiles or something like that. I assume that is like content 90% of the players is not reading. Because, you know, it is fair. This game itself has so much in it anyways. Okay, but yeah, I think I was on a tangent. Let's play also the video game, so they do not need to freeze to death in the night. Gosh, why is she out here by herself then? There's not enough Arknights YouTube content on YouTube. Fair. I know, honestly, I know that who is it? Cookie Castle is like relatively big. I'm also not. I sometimes watch a little bit. I forgot the name actually, which I should subscribe to them. But I do like this guy's video that always just makes videos, even if they're in some form simple content. I love man that tells me how much pulse I can farm till an event and stuff like that. It's kind of neat knowledge to have. But still not enough. It's fine. Just you wait till like Mestiza and maybe also we produce more YouTube content and become big in coping. But yeah, I feel like I'm not sure if it's sus because it is that the EN servers is behind in a Chinese server. But I feel like so much content creation is basically more geared towards what is happening on the Chinese server than actually on the global server. At least from what I'm getting the vibes of. I'm not really looking too much into content yet. Like, the most content I'm watching is whenever I get recommended, like, videos about operators, their kids and stuff like that, because it's interesting to know, then I learn something, overall mechanics. Like, one base guide video also finally motivated me to actually fix up my base, which was nice. But I think story-wise, I don't really see anything. There was one video that I want to watch in the future because I realized the minute in that's going to be super spoilery to me, where a guy basically did talk a bit about the philosophy inside of Arknight, which might be a nice watch. Also because I watched every Arknight's content out there. Fair, but honestly, with how big Arknights is, you would assume there would be more content then? I do get it. It's never gonna be as big as a Hoyo gacha game or something like that. I guess it is, in a sense, it's niche, but I would say Arknights is also one of the bigger gacha games still, right? I think it's one of the more well-known ones for sure. Who knows? It is a good game though. That is what's important. It's a good game I enjoy, so I will also hopefully make content about that one day. I mean, I'm in the content minds of streaming this game every week. Someone should make a video on why Lapland is so cute. We should tell Ark about that one. I think he would love to make a video like that. He at least loves Lapland. A video on how Liskam is so gay. Now I feel like I'm missing context. It's also a big game globally, but it's the most successful gacha game out there alongside the big names. Fair. But I do very much enjoy them doing their own thing. And yeah, honestly, the story is so good. They can do whatever they want. I'm here for the story. Miss Morin, need any help from us? Oh, you just stand still there for a sec. We'll be right over. Thank you. Where's Sweet? Can I ask? She said she'd gone out. I'm right here. Sorry, excuse me, but I'm able to go with you? Nobody's left behind. We are the better Dublin now. Don't mind where it is. I still got some strength. I can work. And fight? You want to fight? We should give her a gun. It's gonna be great with her eyesight. I do. You all say I won't live much longer. But my only option dying without a word in some corner. Last opinion, I'll say, and then get back to work. Good luck at work. We keep placing the story that I forgot music is fire. Music is also pretty good for sure. It's even also the battle soundtracks and stuff like that. I might be biased, but I feel like gacha games overall have like relatively decent soundtracks for video games. I mean, there's also some other video games with great soundtracks, but yeah, it does have good soundtracks. It has a lot of qualities. Right, it's not big 3D art or something like that, but even like character designs and art for that, Like, the character designs themselves, they are like super detailed, right? And everything. Like, they do put high quality work into this game. It's not like anything cheap. I mean, okay, this background itself is not the nicest, but the CG we had of just weed and bagpipe lying there together, it was beautiful. And yes, good luck at work. Thanks for stopping by and enjoy your lurking. And Mastisa, you're so right. I also hate job. Or all my homies hate job. But you know what I also hate? Not having money. Do you have a solution to my problem? I'm very curious. Video on why weed pipes the back. Gambling? You are so right. We should go gambling. Okay, or now bear with me. What if we make our own casino? What if we make other people lose the life savings? We should just make a gacha game. Can you just, without context, just please DM Olsi and tell her she should make a gacha game? She will probably really appreciate it. I'm sorry. I'm happy to have chat interactions. I'm talking to people. I'm not talking to my inner voices. I don't agree with that. If you want to survive as a Terran, then change workshops and accept lower pay. If you want to survive as with apathy, then move out and get to the infected neighborhood. I'm done listening to all that. Wait, I used to not be this way, but then I met you. Let's go, you made a change in life. Tell me you're an infected too. It's you who convinced Simon and the rest to ping us here. Want to do blackjack and hookers forced to be financially responsible? That is rough. Yes. It's fine. It's fine. No, if you're responsible long enough, surely then you can bet all on black. You trust me? Like Fionn does? Please, no pressure. I don't want to be a burden on you, or anyone. I just want to do something, anything. People like me have nothing left to lose as is. If I can bring something or other to the rest of the Terrans, then I want to do it. My legs still walk forward, then I want to go with you. I think that's fine, Beat. For now, let's go together. How about it? To the red-haired wooer, the question's not one Beat needs to respond to, because she starts pulling Beat along before an answer even comes. You know, just don't give them an opportunity to say no. Beat takes a glance back at their visitor. She knows Morven has night blindness and needs someone to guide the way when darkness falls. With little time to hesitate, Beat extends a hand to Morven. Let's go. Man, Beat is unavoidably becoming a good leader. Here you finally are, Miss Harmony. I was beginning to think I'd never see you today. I want to have fun, forced to find a job. Yes, you mentioned Torn. Welcome. I'm also too horny to find a job. That is just life of a VTuber. Wine tasting, courtesy of the Viscount? How could I ever miss it? I mean, hell yeah, V-Booze? But of course, a friend of the Marquis of Twant. You're the Viscount's guests of honor. It's all thanks to you introducing me that I closed out that bit of prior business. Been looking for the opportunity to thank you all this time. Oh, it was quite nothing, Mr. Hall. I've no noble personage, even property in my name. At most, I'm just a messenger, scampering around so the ones in charge don't have to. How am I supposed to voice like this game? Why would you do this to me? Actually, wait. I got this. I got this. Okay, I don't think that's close enough. That was supposed. Who might he be? The Council's pet. And Mr. Fisher. Oh, well, I certainly never heard of him before. It's because he's German and he's fishing. Actually, you would love him as a cat girl. You only transferred to this county a short while ago. Youngsters like him tend to have to break their backs a little if they want a quick promotion. Heh, a universal truth, no? But I need to put effort into my life? That's horrible. You're too modest. Oh yes, I heard from some friends that the Duke's armies are very frequently on the move now. They've put every core city of the duchies under strict martial law. You've always been on top of the news. Could you lend me a sly word? Whether war seems imminent? Man, straight up businessman. The papers certainly forecast it, don't they? After all, the Duke's fleets did dwindle up to Andinium's walls some while ago. I'm not much concerned with the circus. I'm referring to between the Dukes. Based on hearsay, that is. Just hearsay. There's been a lot of original fools circulating into County Trent. Marquess and the Duke of Castor have always been jolly with each other. But County Trent and the Iron Duke's duchy share a border. My, Mr. Hall. All intercity fuel trade requires inspection and approval. I presume you have some very good friends in municipal management, no? Hey, that's what you need to stay in business. Just for business purposes. Miss Harmony, you might not follow the war too closely, but you came in from another city, didn't you? You've been fortunate to not run into any hassle when you did, but I do ask you to take care on the return journey. I hear it's hideous in the villages beyond the dramatic cities. There's rebel elements popping up now and then. Even a case of arson a few days ago. I'm making a gacha game. Let's go. Okay, I will think something. I mean, it sounds like my chat loves gambling. Hates working. So there's two ways this goes. Either we employ them and they can gamble in your gacha game, or we don't employ them, but they gamble at your gacha game. Imagine the money you could make, Olsey. Man, it's... Okay. Actually, you know what? I've been in this cutscene for like an hour. I will finish this cutscene, and before we... No, this was after stage, right? Then I will do the workout. I employed them, and they can gamble. Okay, see, that is genius. Instead of paying them in real money, just give them fun bucks. Just pay them in pulse. What sort of rebel elements are these to earn your attention? Attention is a strong word. Similar things happen in spades anywhere the bumpkins live. Is that fire that's strange? This might not be true, so pretend I'm just telling you about some country tale. Eyewitnesses say that they are zombies, but don't be concerned. I wasn't quite your ordinary one. It was ferocious as an explosion, but not a hint of original explosives was found where it happened, and the nightmarish effort it took to extinguish it. She does not know anything about that. Unusual fire. All too likely to be coincidence, but all too familiar of a description to her. Would it be Roshini? Harmony is stunned. Brigadier's warning had certainly roused some anxieties deep in her heart. Ever since that Woods Island ship had sailed into Victoria, she'd been absent any hold of information on Roshini. Someone, without a doubt, had been helping Woods Island cover their tracks. Clearly, the pharmaceutical company was not as simple as we first assumed. The first mistake was thinking we are a pharmaceutical company. And on the same coin, a Roshini aboard Woods Island would be a Roshini immensely difficult for the rest of Victoria's powers to find. So why? Why would Roshini leave the ship? Why would she surface somewhere so close to a planet? From behind Harmony there is a gaze. Oh no. Nobody tell us all about gazing. Her every move has been closely watched since the second she stepped into the ballroom. But it's this moment when the gaze truly focuses on her. She knows what's up. And he downloads Miss Harmony. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about the dance tonight. Say, what color earrings would I best off wearing? Good question. I feel like red goes well with green. You know, I guess a statement piece, maybe? Okay, it should not be pride red. So, I assume you've seen the relevant dossier as well as my reports. I suggest we commence operation immediately. Very well done, youngster. Have you tried the whiskey-filled chocolates out on the table? Let's go. Sweets and alcohol? Hell yeah. I hope you're well, Duke of Castor. Didn't expect you would grace this party, but I won't be waiting here. Why is it not the Duchess of Castor? Sorry. Who could miss such a grand soiree? Just listening to the chamber performance blows my cares away, even from behind my partition. I do hope you're enjoying yourself too. I'm still on duty. I can't be complacent. Our every effort is made so that the masses can enjoy their serene lives. Intelligence officers may be the lookouts, forced to keep a tense nerve even in times of peace, but you'll have your sovereignty one day. Is that a thing? You are correct, Bastise. You are correct. It is fucking. Wait, that somebody replaced Bastise. He's hating a character? That cannot be real. Intelligence officers may be the lookouts, forced to keep a tense nerve even in the times of peace. But you'll never have your sovereignty one day. Least I forget, how's your health? My gratitude for your concern, Duke. It floors me that you know the infection of an average intelligence officer like myself. I also hate it. But excuse me, how do you hate Fisher? That's... I can't believe this. Don't be nervous. You're not hiding anything. As I say, you've done very well. By way of a reward, would you like a promotion after your mission is over? Or would you like to quit? Man, I remember when I started this like 40 minutes ago. Okay, it's time to work out. Oh, stretch my bones. I for sure hope this is like a side story with only 8 stages. But yeah, this feels like it's always blasting. But hey, now we have nice music while I'm going onto the ground. Fun fact, my crown might be fun with stuff I should put away. But hey, who actually hangs up the towel after showering? Not me, I'm an animal today, baby. Okay. Let's start with the push-ups. Get that out of the way. Ooh. it has been a bit since I got workout regimes on a workout day, but that's what I live for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, okay. Oh. It is a nice break to actually get up from the PC. You know, it is easy to be a gamer and just with away at a desk all day. I guess if I ever will be rich, maybe I should invest into one of those standing desks. I mean, they're supposed to be healthy, right? I'm not sure how true that actually is. But it's also a bit cursed to stream while standing though? I don't know, man. I just got... I don't know how you go with the standing desk setup as a streamer. In a sense, it sounds horrible that you... I feel like you would always need to readjust your microphone placement? I don't know. Anyways, I have been biding my time. It's time for the exercise. 1, 2. I love my VTuber just going off. 4. Do I look like I'm in pain? 5. A squatting desk? 6. Okay, how does a squatting desk work? Am I supposed to be able to squat under my desk? 7. Am I supposed to squat at my desk? That does sound unhealthy. Maybe? I don't... Actually, would it be unhealthy? I guess maybe I need to channel my inner Slav that I don't have and be like, we're squatting away at the desk all day. Forgot where I was with counting, goddammit. Was it at 5? 5? It's a standing desk but moves up and down consistently. 6. You know what? You might be onto something. You should go to... What is it? What is the show actually called in English? The Den of Lions? Lions Cave? Something like that? You were too... Okay, my man. I might be a VTuber. But I can count till at least 10. I think I'm at 10. But I do also have the attention span of a goldfish. Head's all empty, baby. 8. 9. Oh, that one felt good actually. 10. Ooh. 11. 12. Okay. That was our intermission. Now it's back to me maybe playing the video game. Actually, I think it's the 2 stages today, right? Did I also do this stage today? I did this stage today. So yeah, we are. Okay, I yapped a lot on my own. This time around for sure. But I do love that in 2 hours I did 2 stages. Anyways, time for stage number 3. We gotta at least clear stage number 5. I'm not finishing today. Jesus. I mean, come on, you do want to play some Baldur's Gate tonight, right? I will also slurp. Guys, I see people ahead. There's army. I'm not quite satisfied to do one stage per hour. Fair enough. I mean, I would say I'm always slightly faster than that at least. Maybe? I do, but I wouldn't hold you away from Arknights. It's fine. I don't think you expected that I will say this, but guess what I'm gonna stream tomorrow? And to be fair, today was supposed to be next for Steam, so I get more Arknights in, since, yeah, I'm also gonna stream Limbus this week. Imagine playing other gacha games. Oof. Oof. And who knows, maybe I also do cool collabs with people. Squads? I will stream some squads, exactly. That way, 7 o'clock. Oh, no worries, we got a message. But, are you sure that's what you saw? It's not a hint of human life anywhere in these parts. Why would the army be patrolling out there? Hand me the binoculars. There's very little terrain nearby that would conceal us. Everyone, please hide here for the moment. I go with you. I know the Victorian army more thorough than you, nah? Thank you. Simon, come take a look. If I crouch under this rock, the enemy won't see me from my angle, will they? Not half bad. Good then. God. Go through the waste for 4 days without a peep? No catastrophe or savage beasts. And then we hit a roadblock at the very end? Just our luck, you figure. Now, stop sticking your head out. Keep low with the rest of us. It's been so long. You still don't trust Weedslot? No, as a matter of fact, it's a plant type like her I least trust. She only wants to do stuff that doesn't offend nobody. That way, if she ever makes a mistake, it won't really be her fault. Yeah, I guess as a leader, at some point you do need to kind of take responsibility. But hey, that's stinky. What if we blame other people? You bloody... You just don't like us stopping us from going to Dublin. Maybe. But I don't say nothing to you neither, do I? Confirmed. It's a small-scale Victorian deployment. But judging by the equipment, not from a nearby barracks. Weapons are highest caliber. If we fought, there's very little chance we'd win. They might not be searching for us, but just in case, we better hide ourselves. Based on the current advance, they won't catch sight of us. You don't give me lip for what I say because nobody listens to what I say. Hey, it's like a justice privilege, right? You at least you're kinda at least like that. He can at least say whatever he wants. Nobody takes him serious. Anyhow, I'm jealous of how she's taking over my show. Those troops are coming closer. Watch over. Give me a good position to watch him. I'm begging you. Don't cause trouble now. Wait, what's happening? Are they scuffling? Some group ambushed them at the pass. So if we not stopped to hide just now, would have been sprung too. Who was waiting there? Hey, I can't make out too clearly. But those clothes they're wearing look a bit like Salmon's, don't they? It's Dublin! Yippee! That's gotta be Dublin, right? Dublin. One dawn 8 months ago, just after I'd finished work. I was eating breakfast in a cafe in County Peninsula. A voice came from my radio. It said, with their flames, they would cleanse Victoria of filth. In the name of the taverns, they would declare war on Victoria. Call themselves Dublin. Just a bunch of greedy fucks trying to give themselves a title. Fucks? One's common sense would identify as fucks more or less all died in County Hillock. Someone intended on using the entire city of towns to test the tavern-born duke, but didn't anticipate the leader of Dublin conversely exploiting that. After the conclusion of the incident, Dublin successfully purged all unstable elements from the city, further gained the surrounding tavern populace support, escaping intact directly under Victoria's nose. Tavern leaders undeniably well versed in the behavior of nobility. Man, maybe they are noble themselves. It's no wonder, considering her background and their hidden supporters. Athlete and intelligence personnel are both fully aware it was the barracks that shelled the masses with dirty bombs. That being why the truth of the County Hillock incident will never be traced nor pursued. However, I've read the reports. All the reports. Some say the Dublin leader that appeared in County Hillock on that day was more than one person. It doesn't match up with the other info we got from the Dukes. They had a fall girl. Have you seen those two jigsaw puzzles? Exactly the same. As long as the forms are identical, they can fill the same holes. And the moment you put them together like this, most people who cast an eye would treat one piece like the other shadow. Shadow? That's why you suspect the previous arson case, the one tied to Dublin. It was only a suspicion at first. It was, until the action from the Harmony feline fed me some interesting information. Who knew the Duke of Wellington would actually turn a blind eye to King Giles' other descendant walking freely in the wilds? Madam, as you predicted, someone took the people from those farming households in for questioning this morning. I looked into it. They weren't wearing barracks uniform. It seems they're not part of the nearby patrol at all. See, if I asked for a holiday and went out traveling, what would the better location be? Lifanian or Casimir's? It has to be Lifanian for sure, right? Or maybe I'll run off even further. Just maybe. I'm a good friend from the school days. I take a trip to Jan. Let's go. We can visit all the Shio siblings. I don't know. We can visit Suli. I don't understand what you mean. Forget it. We'll be caught in a snare if we don't tiptoe. Either way, we do need to remedy this as best as we can. Ensuring her safety is priority number one. I mean, my dear friend, Lashini. You sure she's the one they're looking for? Well, can you be sure she's not? But no other choice. We'll let her be the leader too. We can allow her to fall into anyone else's hands, especially not the Dukes of Casters. Come now, we need to pay the Brigadier a visit. Simon, what do we do? You said you'd take us to shelter with the Dublin squad. Now they're right here in front of us, fighting with Vic's army. I guess we should head in and help the tavern's troops. The plan says we need to show some loyalty before we join them. I mean, right? Right? I don't know. What are you people on about? We'd never beat those servicemen. And besides, what would Weedslot think? They're hiding over there. They're not that near us. Maybe they won't see what we're doing. Oh, God. Down goes another. We can't just sit here watching towns get beat to death, can we? Fine. Take a look behind. How are we Sponge reacting to this? All men, pull back! Prioritize shaking pursuit. Our secure mission is complete. We can't waste our time here. Avians deployed far too many diversions. Captain, human activity at 3 o'clock. Who are they? Only normal refugees. 5 improvised weapons. Initiate contact. Confirm the 2 sedation. All men, prepare to fight on 2 fronts. Beware the possibility of Dublin's regular forces disguising as civilians. Hey, what's he doing poking his head out from the bunker? Ugh, the unit noticed him. They're coming over. I'll try and see about negotiating with them. I'll tell them it's all civilians here. No, that was local barracks. Would never trust civilians. They've never protected us before. Oh boy. Hi there. Funny to meet you here. You come here often. Anyways, can we join your cool club? The Terrence, we want to join Dublin. Hello? This is another undead one. Actually, I guess we would see the Clodo, right? What the hell? Fall back! Retreat as soon as possible. These 2 units are attacking us simultaneously. And Dublin meant to be defending Terrence. I can't give you a response. All I know is the soldiers are already dead. Standard pile driver spear. The ex-Tempest platoon personnel, aren't you? Oh, have we met before? Well, since we're not strangers, it makes things easier. We're not an ambush. We've got nothing to do with Dublin either. You've gotten the wrong idea about us. Surprise, surprise. That Fisher boy only sent me out here to follow a trail. And here we've run into his true goal head first. No, I'd wait till he sent me here specifically to wait until you ran into us. Bagpipe, why are you protecting the taverns? Eh? Because it's our duty, right? The taverns are Victorians too. If we've cleared up the misunderstanding, are we able to cease fire? Attacking civilians is a violation of military discipline. What gives you the continued right to say that? The lore? I do like the lore sometimes. Eh? What's wrong with me? You seem not to be duly aware of the situation here. Oh, excuse me. I'm very well aware. My friend said you wouldn't protect tavern civilians. I just confirmed she was right. You're the same as that old Colonel Hamilton back in County Hillock, nah? So even though I'm discharged, I'm positive now. I still have to fulfill a Victorian serviceman's duty. And do what you're not willing to do. Defend these civilians' lives. Let me ask, have you ever inquired into that white-haired ruler's identity? She's so sweet. Don't worry. Come on, let's go, Simon. Everyone's looking to escape. No. Now's not the time to be stubborn. I know this is hard to take, but chance that seems to. So let's get away for now. Come on. Survive first, then we can talk after. Who's that you're staring at? Wait, it can't be. Oh? No. It's time for actually Simon sad backstory. Well, I guess at least Simon lost her reason to join Dublin? In a sense, that is good, even if it's sad. Yeah, Fionn, your wound is like last time's. It's not too severe. But it will still hurt. That's whatever. As long as I don't see blood. Anything else flies with me. Coward. You said you'd help Simon. All you've done was scrap her with her on your shoulders. Nothing wrong with that. At least you made it out. All of us made it out. Wait. I need to ask something. I've been wanting to ask it all day. You and your friends seem to be professionals with this stuff, but I still just don't get. Why do you say those people? Those Dublin people are dead. Is there any options? They're sleepwalking? Maybe that's just controlled, yeah. Maybe it's that witchcraft from the legends that makes people lose their consciousness? Just on the options that they're sleepwalking. Could go and wake them up. Man, Fionn is just to the end like a stand-up guy concerned about everyone's well-being. You're gonna make me sad with his death, won't they? We can't. I wish I could provide you some consolation. But it's the unique original arts I recognize. Alright. I'm just a little frightened myself. What's Simon gonna think, though? What's wrong with her? Oh, go on and tell, Fionn. We all know her. You were the one vouching for her since the beginning. She's a good girl. Wouldn't have come with her otherwise. The truth is, I actually know her because she robbed me once. Aww. He is probably one of the most stand-up guys in all of Victoria. We sat down and got talking with one another in the end, of course. She just wanted a pair of sturdy boots. Her brother was out in the snow that winter with half his soles run through. Feet frostbitten, something hideous. So you gave her yours? No, actually, her brother went off to Dublin. It was only in time to cover for them. Couldn't do them any solid boots quickly enough. Fact is, she's been out here this whole time looking for her brother. What? She brought us to join Dublin just for that? Oh no, it's more than that. She wanted to join Dublin along with her brother. She just ran away on the way there. That was 2 years ago. Think how tough it must have been on her, catching up to her brother today. Say, how do you think my family's doing? They're still back living in the village. It's about time they replace the moving store. Once they find a place to stop over, I'm getting a messenger to ask how they're doing. It's alright. I'm sure they're fine. I hope you find that messenger. Come then. How would you even get a message back though? Rand. But where are we going? We chased the Dublin squad. It was all dead people. And Simon's not found her own. Where should we head now? Wait, what do you... Wait? Where'd she go? Off in the distance, realizing... Oh, this is 13, 14, 15. 3 less than in the day. I just don't get it. What kind of ritual arts is this? Makes me sick looking at it. He squats behind a boulder, looking around. Soldiers keep marching for their heart's destination up in the twilight wilds. Colors of the Dublin uniform fade beneath layers of mud and soil. They seem as if held in a silhouette, one lit by a glimmer from somewhere else. I just need to pounce, then retreat, and be fine. 100 meters. You turn to walk straight for the boulder Simon hides behind. He's at the back of the squad? Looks like he didn't get to be the leader. Made himself out so bloody big in all his letters. He headed for... yeah, same direction as the letter said. 50 meters. Simon glances the wooden cudgel in her fist. Is the city you're heading for that important to you? Who's telling you to head on? You still go, even if you died? And though you're being battered by wind and rain, and all these people one after another, you'd still go? Man, the power of necromancy, 30 meters. She remembers the first time she saw Dublin troops 2 years ago. They told her once she was decided she could come to them, the leader would give all Terrans a place to survive. I'm sorry. Could it be as sure as you were? You never looked back. But I did. She rushes out. Like those Victorian soldiers in the daytime did, like Jen did. These people that have ceased to be can be knocked down again. So long as every attack comes swiftly enough, ferociously enough. Until they'll sleep peacefully in the soil of Tower. Never called to stand again. Soldier does not fall. Well, there goes Simon. He merely stumbles for a moment from the blow to the neck, and swiftly spins about, pulling out his sword. He is ghastly silent. Sorry, need higher cast level to actually make them able to talk. You lot, out of my way! I sent you all right back with him. No, I will do it. I was just here to find my brother, but you're all the same. Silently attacks. Thank you. Piss right off. At least it's something. I mean, why say anything if you can make your weapon speak? Or your fist? Square, that was... bloody hell. Head, chest, it's just not enough, is it? The cudgel flies out of her hand, blocking the next attack. In that moment, the soldier's mask falls off. She feels a sort of illusion for a moment. As if the way he brandishes his weapon slows for a fraction of an instant. As if her brother is about to give him both his hands. Like when Victoria's police accosted them in younger times, shielding her in his embrace. And then she sees his familiar face also clearly. His forehead drips no blood. His eyes turn dull look to his little sister. No. That might be the worst case, like not even recognized by family, right? I feel like it must just be so bad. Now, some actually real life lore. Basically, my grandfather did have, like, more or less Alzheimer, and I was the youngest of the family. Yippee! And man, there's nothing more crushing on both sides. I also, you could see the sadness in his face, in a sense, but man, it must be so harsh to not recognize your own grandchild, right? That's sad. Anyways, his eyes gaze to the distant, vague horizon, a rage of firelight longing burning within. Just like the night he decided he'd seek out Dublin. And Dublin soldiers surround them. Simon blankly, dazedly reaches a hand out to the man before her. Admiration, aspiration, guilt, regret. All swallowed up by the ice-cold fire that her fingertips brush. Fear. All she's left with is fear. Fear of that longing. Maniacal burning onto death. And before time can move again, flames blaze high, incandescent sparks blossoming into the night sky. So close her fingers could almost touch. A flame blooms forth and vanishes again before she can grasp it. The soldier falls over to the ground, never makes another whisper. Maybe it's time to beat up her brother. Make her proud. God, honestly, that's a beautiful stage for me. That's very straightforward.
잠시 기다려 주십시오. 물기는 정했어? 얘들아, 도와주러 왔어. 절망의 냄새까지.
How, man, you have long range. Jokes on you. She can't murder cancer, steal herself. How do I guess I focus murders also on the side. The shooters could be annoying. Oh right, I do not have invisibility on the side though. Honestly, give me a 4 instead. This is where I realized I should have put Enos on the other side. I think the beats on all those ranged platforms is kinda nice in a sense though. Like, it will make me complacent, but it's just so nice so actually not being afraid of your ranged units getting attacked at all. But yeah, that's kind of poor placement since we just gotta blast them over and over again. It is what it is. It's not like we had the risk of actually losing the stage.
Esperando, no te muevas. Así nos ahorraremos el esfuerzo.
Maybe it would be worth to put someone closer. Sometimes I don't know why there's so many tiles and stages are not really used. Is my internet dying? Did it drop some... Okay, it's fine. I think, I hope. My one fear, my one weakness. Having internet. This is a very scuffed setup. Okay, you actually went into the weeds. Okay, that explains why that exists.
뭘 해야 하는 절망의 냄새까지 감출 순 없지.
Oh, that's gonna be a no. Okay, coming at least out. For the love of God. Thank you. Could have been worse. I feel like the X stages could be very fun with the weed gimmick overall. The burning might be spooky though. Are you scared of my fire? But your fire is the same as mine, Lashini. It will burn forever. Trying to smother its glow, extinguish it, is futile. You needn't fear it being seen. Why don't you let those who see it be it? I know that in my body is a fire. If I feel for it, I can feel it burning me. After so long, the pain of it comes to me even before my thoughts do. Our parents warned us to take these flames we were born with and swallow them down, hide them away, never let them be seen by anyone. But I knew how my sister would secretly burn whatever she didn't want, and then she'd get something better for it. Can I do that too? Man, great parenting. Dad, can you take me to the bookshop? Good morning. I thought I'd try acting like her. I looked at my parents in her tone of voice. Every time she told them what she wanted, they'd agree with panic. We were being burned, yet with love. She and I had the same appearance and voice, wore the same clothes, so why couldn't I disguise myself as her? I want to read a sequel to the Steam Knights adventures, since I don't want anyone asking me, how come a Victorian wouldn't like stories about the Steam Knights? Tomorrow, Sheeny. My mom and dad are exhausted for today. Dad, did you recognize me? Of course. How could I ever mix up my own two daughters? Man, style failed. I only realized after that snowy night that he didn't say yes. Because what I wanted was far too small. Should have been more ambitious. Should have gone for the whole bookstore. Shouldn't have gone begging to our parents just for a new book. I followed behind her, running as fast as I could. The bells of Unite sounded, yet I no longer could go home. Aplana, where are we going? Where do you want to go? I don't know. Nowhere's home, so go knock on any old door. Just need to be honest whoever opens it, and tell them that we have no home to go back to this snowy festive night. No matter how cold they are, surely they'll sympathize with two children, and then we'll burn them. Yeehaw. Go, Losini, don't be afraid. I'm watching over you. Under the glow of icy purple flames, I knocked haltingly on the first door. The flames had taken the lives of those we hated so only moments ago. I wondered so badly. If those flames would come to kill me instead, I did anything wrong. Man, explains the whole personality of, you know, doesn't really want to take responsibility and everything be blamed for it then. But, what did Sir do wrong? I heard. There was a play being put on in the parents' neighborhood. Hence, why on such a snowy night, Sir never came home for being so late. My sister made me sit down in her study. She simply warmly stared at me, never answered my questions straight. I knew she was very disappointed in me. I should have been able to reach my own answers. He taught us to wound the lives of the innocents, to steer the schism between the Terrans and Victorians. He even plotted his fallen opponent's murder, just like those Victorians killed our parents. So, taking his life, what we were meant to do? My sister could always do the right things, but I never could. She gifted his spear to me, but every time I gripped it, that pike burning with flames, I shivered. Just as I did now. Am I right? There's maybe more than one way to go at it. No, Rashini. Death is merely there to guide him to his dreams. He showered us in conspiracy and political trickery, peeled us of our freedom and dignity. It was detestable, yet detest is all that is. But even while he masters his methods, his sights were set to never. That was truly regrettable. He wanted a little more than the control of a brittle fantasy nation, was serving as the puppets that would crown him. The power I looked to have in my hands is far grander than the deep dreams of that madman. What about you, Rashini? What do you want? I think she would be happy with a peaceful life. Yes, it's good that your plot and your upbringing have you carry yourself high. But if you want for nothing, then what sort of position am I meant to leave by my side for you? Go on. This is your wish on a snowy night. I'll let you aspire as grand as you want. I didn't answer. I only had the tiniest dream, like the warm fire of a hearth. I didn't dare answer. No matter, my sister. If you don't know where your own desires lie, then first become me. You know what? Yeah, how about you don't aspire to anything? Just do as I do. That is great wisdom. From here on, you and I are both the leader. Intently, that flame watched me, and I became a shadow. Heh. Have you been after me all this time? Since when? No, I simply heard from Fionn, your senior brother, and the squad of Part at Dublin. I guess you'd come here yourself. It's not as if it's any of your business. I've been searching, all this way, for these that controlled by arts. I want them to find peace. I can accomplish that, just as you saw just now. Gone are the marching footfalls of soldiers. Barons turn silent. Neither of them say a word. After a while, Simon squats down, washes the dirt off the mask, then carefully places it over the soldier's face. At least your brother's resting in peace now. Meddling little Fionn. Didn't he tell you about the first time I ever saw Dublin? We were in the city, me and my brother. We were in good moods. We'd lined up to see if any of the pubs needed last minute waiters or what have you. If we were in bad moods, we hit Vicky's windows with our catapults. Couldn't tell you if all the nobles were Vicky's. To be honest, I just knew the one who drove us off the itchy blade was. Then, one day, there was this injured woman lying in an alley who shouted at me in town, wanted me to deliver a letter for her. I guessed who she was. I delivered it and found her a place to hide. I told her, of all the scummiest Victorians in the city, the number one would be that one with the tiny mustache who issued all the decrees. Bloody origin product taxes, alcohol taxes to target tavern drunks. See, that's the one thing you don't fuck with. You don't put taxes on alcohol. You will get your population upset. That's the one thing you should never touch. Ordinances to round up the unemployed taverns and house them in one place. He was the one to entirely delivering all of that. And then there was the army man stationed in the alleys. I couldn't do nothing. I'd watch him beat all those people to death. If I'd stared at him a moment more, he would take me away. If she Introspective was one to make marks to attack, then those had to be on the list. I was wrong. She responded. It wasn't Dublin's aim to retaliate against Victorians and Talon instead. Well, I told you which noble had the biggest house, which had the poshest dinner parties, which had a treasure hoard enough to arm an army, support the Blade's farmers. It was even more wrong, she said. Talon wasn't stealing from the Victorians to give to the taverns. She said, all we do is kill a few people and seat ourselves in their positions. It won't make things better for the taverns, it will just make us become them. Just like how Talons who learned Victorian etiquette, copied Victorian accents, could pass as Victorian nobles. Then, did she tell you what it was Dublin wanted? Hey, nope. My brother had it all figured out afterwards, so I had to join Dublin, when following them on the info they left behind. We left the nomadic city, heading for a settlement close by. Just along the way there, I suddenly remembered how Dublin disposed of the eyewitnesses. I was scared for my life. So scared, I felt I had to run. It's not as if I had hate every last Victorian, you know? If I don't hate them, I'm not prepared to make them bleed. I'm very self-aware at least. But there's no alternative to it. I don't like saying this, but Dublin is an army. And the one thing armies face is war. I know, of course I know. Wahrscheinlich, I know they're in the right. What's wrong is, I can do it. How come I can do what my father could? How could he be so sure, but I had to run? How could he put up with dying and burning after death? I can't even stand seeing him turn out this way. Man, sorry for being human. How can't she stand up from the ashes? I can only shrink into a shadow and weep. Ashini, what is it you want? I vote for you what my life knew. In terms of love and dreaming too. But in your burning ecstasy, there was no place to hold them. What? You're not reciting poetry, are you? Are you serious? At me? Are you trying to show off your upbringing? Man, imagine having culture. Sorry, I don't know what I should say. There's so much I could say to encourage others or comfort others, but none of it is mine. You can't stop reading. Simon buries her face in her hands. A grief, like the Dublin soldiers who no longer speak, shrouded in a deep green gillette. I dreamt, they murmur. Years and years ago, we were working in a Victorian's manor. One day, my brother got me to drop everything I was doing, slip out with him for fun. We worked for ages. When we reached the edge of the AG plate, I looked down into the wilderness below. Couldn't see where the soil ended. I saw it bursting full of wildflowers. But I said, that's Tara. But that does sound very pretty. Said so much depth, arrogant shite. He sang into the wind at the top of his voice. He said there was so much he wanted to say but couldn't, because Victorians swapped us of our language. The only thing we could do was hide our love and sorrow away in our time, old folk songs. I mean, okay, it is fucked up when you just force people to drop their language. That must also be so goddamn rough. He said, we done something incredible today. We didn't work for the Victorians today, so we rebelled against them. Must have been absolutely full of it back then. You don't dream of becoming like a hero in the legends. Heh. Same here. Very pretty, the flames you left him. It's just like the flowers we saw that day. But these flames aren't true flowers, they're just... From the moment we're born to the moment we die, it all once passed in the blink of an eye. We aren't even able to hold them. That's fine, I don't care. I knew for the longest time he'd die. I was prepared to die when we went looking for Dublin. Don't care. I never trusted he'd like... He'd die like he bragged. Like we dreamed. With he was death. I mean, for better or worse, I guess there's not that many people that get to die here was death normally. But at least... meet. I want to hear the truth. Your truth. Was the... Future Dublin promised the thing he was chasing even once he died? Was it made up? Sorry about that part, but that's how like every movement goes, right? In the dark of the night, flame ignites at the tip of a spear. Cast in the firelight, Reed sees tears finally flowing down her face. Yippee! I'm finally confronting my own emotions. I think we can do like one more stage and then call it and then... Okay, we do the tutorial and one more stage and then I call it. We get puzzles the man! I was never happier to see my German man that I'm... It's sad that he's a welfare 5 star, so I'm probably never gonna use him, but I do like your design. Yeah, don't look into me. And I don't want to go out. I would like to look into him though. Do we get now to the burning part? Let's go then. But yeah, I wanted to say, we probably do one more stage today, then tomorrow we do the event stages and the Gamba. We're doing a lot of Gamba tomorrow. We're not gonna do all 300 pulls, because I am a cheap bastard and I wanna wait with also getting like the last 14 daily pulls. I guess it's 13 pulls. But yeah, we Gamba tomorrow, we do the new stages and we finish this. What the? Wheat beds can be set on fire under some circumstances. Burning wheat beds no longer provide camouflage. Operators within will take arse damage and burn. Sorry, I'm trying to deal with the fire. Hang in there, my Lanfa. The fire is dying down. Well, you know, she can just slowly burn to death, it's fine. I actually didn't know that. On the stages I did like in the Icebreaker games, and I didn't, and stuff like that, I never noticed that the fire actually does just go out. Finally, the fire's finally out. Deploy operators in burning wheat beds to gradually put out the fires. I see. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this information, but I do see. Fires may spread when there's an adjacent wheat bed. Okay, I didn't know that fact. Fire spreading! Operators deployed in wheat beds can put out the fire and prevent it from spreading. Let me demonstrate. That's also what I realized. I never realized it could fully extinguish though. Focus on the enemies in front of you. Attacks will deal extra burn when near fire. It's important to put out fires quickly and prevent them from spreading. I'm counting on you. Or you just tank them. I mean, okay, put out this fire. Heal everyone. I think I've beaten this video game. I don't know, sometimes I feel like the choice might be too hand-holdy, but on the other hand, I guess they do get everything of the mechanics across. Oop.
결말, 비극의 반복.
Pete, how's it going over there? Yes, no problem. Alright, that's the last time we've got to put up. I'm starting to realize this far, this chapter also did not feed me to any stages that are just pure combat. We always have story before and afterwards, but you know, I do like the story, so I won't complain too much. Just a little bit. Oh, you two are a powerful pair. Right, we're taking off, weren't you? Man, are they trying to tell me I should pair up Black Pipe with Weed? Hey, Chancellor and I are investigating those specters that were under Art's control. We still got other assignments once everything's done here. The stage of County Trent. No bags will come looking for trouble no more. Only we've been better at maintaining order, and have had all this commotion and unjust treatment. What are you on about? If it weren't for all of you, there's no chance you would have made it this far. If this is my own home, I'd be treating all of you to a nip of elderflower liquor tonight. I'd even be giving this stuff away. But most of the supplies we have on hand come from that Woods Island you lot from. If we ride to Woods Island, will you get a message? We'll be letting you know once we're settled somewhere. If you're ever back in the area, drop by and say hi. Maybe. Once the class war comes to an end, plus there's someone Sunshine should be meeting. What about you, Reed? Where are you going next? I think I'll make sure everyone has settled down before I take care of my own business. Though they're away from the Scafana fields, the crimes and the end of the lights out bell, the towns still live in muddled lands, tapped where they stand. I think I need to help them come up with ideas. I can speak both Terran and Victorian. We enter the cities later on, we run into people of all kinds. We can help negotiate. At least, I could it more easily than others. She found her aspiration to actually protect some people. Let's go. Oh right, when you went looking for the Woods Island safe house today, did you get followed by anyone? I don't think so. Sorry, we still have the whole puzzle storyline going on. I just realized the man that has puzzle as his code name made a fucking jigsaw puzzle allegory. God damn it. Who did write this? Kojima? It's okay. Thank you for reminding me. If those soldiers are here for me, I won't be afraid. And also, thank you for your kindness. Say, will you sell me a tent when the time comes? The factories in the cities make that canvas. They don't leak water even when they get rained on for half a month. Just perfect to me to retrofit my trolley with. She's a fair, kind-hearted one. I'm sure I'll be fair when it comes to naming the price. I think you two would have no trouble reaching a deal. I'm joking. Would I find the money for something this nice? Who would have thought it though? We were just trying to figure out how to survive a couple days ago. Now we get to sleep in these dirty old factory-made tents. Can even light fires at night. Hey, they're a capable bunch. They know all perfectly well. Does my microphone actually pick up my whistling? I don't know how it would go with my settings actually. Okay, this is now an important experiment. It struggles a bit, I think. It does not pick up everything of that. Okay, good to know. Oh, Miss Shroud at the Valley. Hide her figure weighing far. It's a beautiful song, that. Out of all the people who fancied me, you might be the only one who still remembers me. No. Won't be saying that now. I'm certain everyone remembers. This orb path is not your fault. Okay, I don't know how you whistle off key. I couldn't even say if I'm off key. I'm probably off key always. Just assume that. That lad, Simon Spotter, he's gone. The whole Dublin squad we helped out. He might just be gone too. We did all that for nothing. At least you're still alive. You went missing for so long, but you're still alive. I saw Reed handing you some medicine. Is our path really curable then? Oh, you said there's no cure for it. But please don't be blaming those Dublin soldiers. I hit them in the factory's lorries and raw urgent ore shards got in their wounds. This isn't their fault. I'm not blaming. I'm just feeling awful. Most of you had faith in Dublin. I didn't have what it takes. Dublin's more impressive than any of us. They've got weapons too. We all saw what happened to that squad in the end. Dublin treats us well and lets our Terran voices be heard, but after that, it beats me. All I remember is the blood I saw in the lorries that day. Even now, Simon still wants to find Dublin to fight the Victorians, and can't pull her out of it. Shouldn't Reed were chatting for so long that day. Say, did Reed not talk even a little sense into her? Can you really? I don't think it's bad that Simon wants to do this. A colleen like her's got much to accomplish for other towns. Do you remember? Not long after I got infected myself, the entire infected district was chased out of town. It was the stronger of us after that. They took everything they could lay their hands on from the rest of us exiles. Left behind only a few pensioners and children, and ones like me ailing badly from the sickness. You should have told us sooner rather than keep it all to yourself at the very least. Would have spared you some pain. To tell the truth, I can hardly remember any of it. I can't remember why no one fought back, when no one tried to attack one another. I always used to think that was just how life was. Doesn't matter what's in your hands when you're starving. You close your eyes and tuck in. Lisa died at the bottom of the mine. So did Clodak. Clodak? She's okay. I'm sure Clodak's parents liked them. I cannot even say it. I'm very insensitive to either Welsh or Irish viewers. I'm sorry. Has your family ever complained about working the mines? I couldn't say really. Maybe it's how hard it is to blame someone for it. But at the very least, I did feel right and terrible when my sisters died. I wanted to find someone to talk about it. It was dark and suffocating at the bottom of those mines. No one had the time to listen. I got out to paddle my wares around. Turned out everyone had their own topics already. No one had an ear to lend to me. But hey, not too late to talk now. Right, yeah, it's not too late now. But if gathered should be enough to last us through the night. Let's go then. Won't be so easy for you to tell the way once the sun comes down. I see, I'm kinda impressed how much characterization just random NPC gets. Like, I don't think we'll see Fion ever again once the side story is over, but man, even he and everyone gets so much characterization. Hey, the pot's bubbling. Can I have a bite now? Settle down there, you cottonhead. Will you not ever cook supper back home? We're inside the tent. Once the meat's done, give me a hand picking it over. Seems to be in a better mood. Yes, I'm sure she's still grieving. It's a good thing you killed her heart for Dublin at the very least. You knew? I imagine with you here, you went straight onto the wrong path. But it would be hard for you to keep working with them, Twaco. Not wrong when it comes to these things. It's a very nice tent, not gonna lie. Don't be daft, Fergal. Wait. Don't be daft, Fergal. You played King Gale's warrior in last year's play. 3 times they fell with mortal wounds. 3 times they had to clamber back up. The arms is like they're all bruised by the end. I make him invincible this year. Every year, King Gale loses in battle. Gastrel dies at the bottom of the castle. Other than the costumes, we never try anything new. I mean, there's sure reason why some are classics, but man, I wonder how it is as an actor to, like, in theory, year for year, do the same play. That must also be awful, right? Hey, Simon, come here. Have a seat. Been thinking you could take on the role of King Gale's left-hand man, general this year. Yeah, you're a bit young. There's not one of us with more fire in their belly than you. What? Why are you saying that because you saw the pot she's bringing over? Look, she doesn't want to. Oh, what you're talking about? I don't know who that is. Eh? When you put on those plays every summer over by yours? Trying to sort out who will be playing which role. Eh? Is that where someone calls herself the goddess of the river and splashes the audience at the end? That whole thing? I've seen it. I'm not interested. Unless I'm playing her. That's her mourning the dead soldiers. Close enough. Close enough. The lines are harder to remember than any other role. Oh. Why not finish building the theater before the end of the summer though? We could have till next year to prepare. Right. Who knows? Do you still want to go after Dublin? Of course! You think I'm just going to give up like the rest of you? I made my decision after talking to Reed that day. I still believe it. Dublin's dream can be realized, and someone has to realize it. Fair, but maybe you can change the system from inside or something. Sure, it will go well for you. What is it you want to find out from me? I have nothing to ask. I've seen what you've done for myself. I trust the judgments I make seeing what I do, and trust Woods Island's judgment. But right now, in the eyes of most Victorians, there's only one Draco still alive. Dublin's White Dragon, the descendant of the Tavern King, more than enough to fill the dukes of the sinister ambitions and the nobles of anxiety. Must be difficult for you. Does she know my identity then? Bagpipe? He's actually very smart and attentive, but there's a great deal she doesn't like to think negatively about, especially not friends she approves of. If we continue our journey together, it's something that both you and her will have to face eventually. I'm sure they can talk it out, they're reasonable people. Are you advising me to leave as soon as I can? What's done can be undone. You can't run from the responsibilities you have to bear. I think that, to some people, whether you're a Draco or not doesn't actually matter so much. By tender stream that rushes on and through the upland grass, we make a toast to those of us not here to waste the glass. Someone's singing? Yeah, it's horrible. Who would sing like that? It's probably Fergal. Is this tavern? Yes, it sounds like. It's about wine and uplands in summer. Never heard it before, but it's beautiful. With flap your wings to wake by light, we fall open the bays. We of the news we get around, along and with the waves. Yeah, all so happy. I can tell. All they have are their tents and fire. It is a huge upgrade from being totally homeless, right? I mean, in a sense, this is all hope for them. I'm sure they'll be even happier when they have their houses in farmland. Let's head inside. Trenchard, you're finally back! Hey, look at this. Mr. Autumn can whistle with a blade of grass. My pitch can be pretty off. My dad was really good at it, though I picked up a bit here and there from him. Oh, you don't mind if I sing along a little, do you? Go ahead, it's our drinking song. Only thing I'll take offense to is an empty bottle. What's the lyrics then? Is it okay if I sing in Victorian? Let me fetch someone else. You just listen to them. Fear, yup. This is where we learn he could actually sing in the opera. Ever does this land well with tears, yet we drink only of bygone dews and flames. Beautiful thing. Okay, cute GC though. Why is Weed so cute? Bei Winding lehnen der Blumen so frozen, bellflowers on the loom. You're out of tune. That's terrible. That's the best review I ever gotten for my singing. Also, bagpipe is adorable too. The playing flute. So nice details. Shut up! Not like you're any better. I'm begging you, enough of that noise. We've got some bloody novel way of arguing. Oi, no throwing stones either. What have we actually got hit here? Oh, that pet smells good. You can have. Oh, here, Chen, you have a bite? Come on, just one. The happy end ignores the fact that there's like there's basically 4 more combat stages. Yeah, right. Ignore that part. Lush, isn't it? I wonder what herbs they're using. Actually, I think that is where, if at least at this point, I think they're all very uniform. That's at least like always 8 stages. Some other events. I actually wonder if the event tomorrow might have more stages, right? Since this is a bigger one. But yeah, without Former Lake, everything is. To be fair, I also would see it in the amount of stars, even if it would be a different amount of stages. But yeah, it's like, what a happy end. But yeah, I know there's gonna be a lot more left. And to be fair, we also still have the whole puzzle plotline. That didn't go anywhere yet. Guess we also will probably still see more harmony stuff too. Can't tell. Hey, you spent ages back in Yan. What? Did your taste buds get more fuzzy, or just still a bit? What do you think? The longer nights brew our tea in the summer with 24 kinds of medicinal herbs. Really? Ah, you're pulling my leg again, aren't you? I'm not. Are you enjoying yourself, Reed? This is how their lives could have been all along. Bit better than this too, of course. You gave them their lives back. Reed, you know, Tarman, no excuses from you. Sing! Eh? Sing! Where on long, you traveler, but to where do you now roam? The transport will leave clear tracks in the mud. Should we take a detour? No need. Let's straight to our destination. Maybe now I will learn why Mastisa hates the German man. Good stuff. And you, Morven? Yes, Morven. What you doing sitting so far off? Beats told you a million times it's okay. She's right. Come on. Wandering bard of the clan of Kamai, sing. Oh, mists throughout the valley, hide a figure weighing far. Well, gosh, I think I once heard this beautiful singing years ago. I'm sure you have. Right, you are. I remember taking my sister around. She wasn't so sick that she couldn't walk yet. We stood on the stonefish listening for a good while. There must be more bridges like that, right? With just how far the Kamai flows. Bit pieces past the rugged lime. Bring the civilians under control first, but don't let any of them get hurt. Our target possesses excellent military accomplishments. Avoid direct confrontation to all possible extents. Pick me a flower for her. Simon, look. How's this for defensive posture? Learned it from you. So, willst du us be chasing foul beasts from now on? What did you learn that for? With some advice or loss. Don't talk to any of them. Not even a single word. Leave the rest to me. bottles, chill the wounds with hurt. Don't forget, you need to be out here before daybreak. We make a toast to those of us not here to waste their class. Was boosted already. Prepare smoke grenades. Man, the job would have been so much easier if they would have waited till Jen and Bagpipe left. The tears we cup to Twink, all the same and one, my lass. Moving out for some fresh air. They gotta kill him! No! No! Not Fion, my man! Missed at this hour? You... When did you... Good evening, sir. Time to beat them up.
實在諗唔到嘅話，就將最艱巨嘅任務交俾我啦。
Fire spotting might be a bit awful. Can I? I'll see how it goes. Attacks ignite weeds beneath the target. When defeated, these arch damage all nearby units and ignites weeds. Okay. So no matter what, you will start fire. So honestly, maybe we do put you immediately here. Okay, you cannot just walk away. That's rude. Thank you. I just assume that Soli can survive the flames. I did want to press this. Thank you. Is this? I guess I would want you lower. Oop. Does it spot diagonally? I don't think it does, right? I should probably, for the stages, really put Ines further ahead for the invisibility reveal. That's good coverage. So I could also do something. We'll workshop on that idea. Actually, I guess might be worthwhile to also just claim the sweet tile. Maybe he will not survive this long term on his own, but I cannot really heal him. It is a good battle theme, high set boost. Fair, I do like overall this music and the second story arc. I'm not a fan of how loud the audio mixing is on the stage select of the side story for some reason, but otherwise, yeah, baby. Okay, wait, you're all just that you don't know it yet. You just don't know it yet. Thank you. Was smooth of you to turn on that again. No, run! You're over here too! Bloody hell. They've got this whole open parts around it, don't they? Please. Okay, I will. Bit too close of your saber there. You won't slip or anything, right? Wait, hey boss, what do we do? Against this money? It'll be hard to force our way out. Huh? Did it break my cudgel in half? I'm very confident. Don't want to seize us violently. Just want to quell the resistance we put up. Not how I've bet this, Lord. I don't get it. Why do you follow us out to here? Where'd he come from? Wait, that one. I've seen him before. A couple days ago, when we went into the Spectre Force. Which means Silot and County Trent. These refugees are outside your jurisdictions. You've got no authority to arrest them. We have to take off our gloves here. You're not going to follow the rules. The rules? That goes for you too. I see a pile driver spare missing its shells. You shouldn't be in a mile off the battlefield's shoulder. It's not like this was meant to be a battlefield, was it? Why not even put a campfire out? Watch out. A black dagger slides forward without a sound. Its tip reflects not even the slightest bit of light, instead drawing a path of smoke. The dagger points intimidatingly at the bagpipe's throat, though its bearer gives it no glance. His eyes have been focused squarely on Reed. Reed can tell clearly from his sharp glare that he and the army are out for her here. Isn't your pike meant to be burning with flames? I suggest you drop the futile resistance. Make a smart choice. Lay your weapons down and hear me out. I have nothing against the Tarans, let alone any plans to retaliate against civilians. And as for steering the masses clear of Ruin, I should be united on that front. Sorry, you got the wrong one. Here's official paperwork. What? A city council writ of investigation? Former Victorian soldier sets the weapon down. At the council of the County of Trent's decision, I'm here to investigate an overlooked, puzzling aspect of the arson cases. I have no other choice, correct? That's fine, we're gonna get all of this. What are you doing? Quiet down. This is terrible. I always thought I should at least get my will in order, you know, before I finally meet my maker. If you ask me, should have written up long ago. I did right after we first made it out, but I tore it up. I'm so happy these past 2 days. Really regret it now. But I mean, I guess you never know when a will is handy. Oi, shut up, Fionn. You're not done for yet. It's all tied up and gagged. Everything we've had to fight we've got taken away. What else are we gonna do other than wait to die? Interrogation. A terrifying word. How many talents do we know made it alive out of interrogation? And who knows what they're prying out of a woman as kind as Reed? We all know each other, like family we are. We don't know Reed from a bar of soap. Don't know where she came from. Don't know what she was doing before. What? Is she an enemy to you now? No, that's not what I meant. I just... Simon. You can't just make someone not be afraid to die. We can still see the fire from here. How long it's been since we last had the light of fire on a cold dark night. We really thought I managed to escape, I did. Even came about borrowing some stuff to rustle up some money. I say I'd make you some smoked fowl to sell. Yeah, enough. We need to think of something. Figure the situation out. What? Figure this out? What good this is gonna do us? I'm fed up of this, that's all. Okay, at some point you do have to sign up for yourself. I hate listening to how much you just sigh. Squatting about in the town quarter, passing by village-facing floors, just sighs everywhere. I'm sick of it. Enough, save it. Don't ask me how. Always managed to find a way out. I draw the attention of those guards. Whatever you're going to do, figure it out yourself. You know, we're making the plan the fuck up. You can ease yourself a little, Reed. You're just having an ordinary chat. You have a warm fire. You can hear the fowls chirp in the night. Surely you'd agree. This is much more comfortable environment for conversation than a full-fledged interrogation room would be. No comment. That's your choice. I won't give you trouble for it. Perhaps the nearby barracks disrespect has given you cause for alarm. Allow me to apologize in their stead. Are you here to investigate Dublin? None of the people here have anything to do with them. We needn't explain. As you'd expect, but have a good grasp of the situation. Singular attack has indeed spurred the minor region's barracks to take undue action against approximately a dozen tenants, going so far as to accuse them of being part of Dublin insurrectionist forces. But in the company of all else contained this very, very heavy dossier, their mistakes aren't worthy of mention. Of course, your situation's a little different compared to anyone else's. But I believe I can do something to help you break free of these troubles. After all, no stretch of your escape can have been easy. If it wasn't for such hasty queries, you would have never needed to run. No, please. This is a chat between the two of us. I'm hoping you'll tell me about yourself. About the escape you began long prior to this one. I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm asking you about your past identity. There are no records of any kind on you. No medical records, no nomadic city immigration records, no tax records, nothing. Yeah, sorry, I'm just an immigrant that illegally crossed the border. You can trust me. The taverns are driven out wherever we go. It's not strange that you don't see me in Victoria's records. Then what about the unrest in County Hillock last autumn? Are you there? And what about the County Peninsula attack last May? I'm asking you, and you alone. Madam, my phone does not tell anyone their birth name, where they are from, or who they are. Wouldn't you say that's just like a shadow? Excuse me, she's a whole brilliant flame. Tension, I reckon you've already figured out who these men are? Yeah, ones that just fought us are no normal soldiers. And forgetting on the spot is very unique for procedure too. Plus, the leader knows quite a lot. That's why he's courteous towards us, and me in particular. Right. I was just thinking, let us stand here and wait. We'll keep a couple men on watch. The talents all have to have their hands bound. It's not fair. Still, how do you figure out who you are? Didn't expect the intelligence service to work this case. Intelligence service? Why would they be looking for weed? Don't worry. Her background must be an unusual one. And that's why she insisted on acting alone. She didn't want to drag anyone into the mess. Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Are they actually going to talk, to a tavern? You won't offer up or threaten her into saying something against the will, right? Keep your voice down. I remember what you wrote in your report on County Hillock. Right. He's got his writ from City Council. He says you keep the peace and he has nothing against taverns, but... No, I should trust more. He's still an arm of City Council. He's not here to mess things up. He is kinda messing up the peace we've worked so far for, but it's fine, we'll fix this. Man, I mean, ideal scenario is if we could just kinda make our own village live with the taverns. I feel like she would actually be, in a sense, a good leader. I guess the sad part is more that she will not be able to. At least she gets to join Woods Island, though, right? Most people can't withstand the pressure of interrogations, though. Remember how we did things back in school when we partnered up? Good cop and bad cop? Come on, she has to be a good cop. Oh, your hand signal, I do. I remember. That's the ones we communicated with. Time you snatched into Cecily's origin products. Good thing you remember. It doesn't matter what Reed's background is. She ends up someone's pawn. It's going to send ripples to the status quo. Yeah, real nightmare on her as well. And she always seemed like she's been trying to take herself off something. Hear loud and clear, Chanchan. We'll bring her back to its island. Dear me, what persistently clear tracks. Seems the opponent is extending you an invitation again. It's fine, we're gonna just have a nice Texan standoff. Oh please, less vertical. And unfortunately, my unfeigned invitation is an overstatement this time. He doesn't even so much as care about what dance his guest intends on. Making our positions plenty clear just by showing our faces. Dublin will rescue poor Lashini, expose her identity, and in the end testify as to where I really stand. And he knows. I have to wade in, so the other Draco of Tara doesn't land in his duke's hands, and doesn't need his influence as the Draco herself. No matter, I shall wipe his ambitions clean. The foul beasts have stopped calling. You understand what that means? No? That's fine. Why don't we start with accounts of your recent incidents? They haven't caused serious injury to anyone. Even the arson at the barracks resulted in no deaths, no casualties, with only some supplies lost to fire. Most taverns are driven by the hatred of the Victorians to commit graver crimes. My methods, in contrast, have been very mild. It's like she's a nice person. Leave her alone. Some witnesses even attest how you try to fend off the Dublin soldiers. Do you admit to all this? I can only admit, I by no means wish to harm others. Good. Can believe that. I have a fair conscience in you. Now, if we can turn our attention to the quiet and foul beasts. Seems the Dublin friends are here to save you. No. No. I can't go back. Go back? Oh, you mean back to your life as a shadow? Back to the kind of life surrounded by smoldering corpses, where the ashes of the dead coat the city streets? To someone blessed with a conscience, it must be a very painful life. Also happens you have a chance right now. You can make your own decision. Yeah, join Wolf's Island, we are a cool pharmacy. Accept our protection. Your past crimes will be looked into no further. I will never. She must run from the watchful eyes of all. How far must she go before she's finally run away? Now. Hey, sorry about, you still want to try out on my fourth cracker for size again. Banishing her piledriver's bear, Bagpipe's gazes away from the tent. Behind her stands Shan, and Shan's eyes, however, widen for an instant. With not a sound, the tent over the interrogation turns to ashes. A beam of flames bolts through the dark night, to then immediately vanish without a trace. As always, a light in the dark, exactly. We did it, man. On one hand, it's only... Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. Maybe it just means tomorrow will go on a bit longer, but I feel like some rest would still be neat. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will look if anybody I know is streaming. But yeah, tomorrow I will stream more Arknights. We will do some pulling on limited banner. Yippee. And I will probably just do the normal stages of the event while skipping the story. And then we go back to finishing this probably, which means maybe next week we can actually also start with chapter 12. I look so much forward to more story, but yeah, I don't think anyone I want to wait is live. Then we go. Is anyone Arknightsing? I mean, okay, I guess I do always enjoy just her drawing, sure. Let's go with this. But yeah, have a good evening and good luck if you gonna pull on that banner tomorrow. It was nice seeing you all. Have a nice night. I need to tie my auto better. And bye bye.